Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dutchmen Football Field. We are here up in the press box. We've got me, junior Kyle Bowman, and then Coach Dave Kopelman. Dave, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm ready for some Dutchmen football. We've had 2 away games. I'm ready to see something happen at home.
Yeah, and the Dutchmen have gotten off to a pretty good start. We're going to pull the schedules for both Warrenton, which is who we're playing tonight, and the Dutchmen on the board. But, Dave, both the Dutchmen and the Warriors are off to a 2-0 start this year, so something's got to give tonight.
Yeah, I'm curious as to which wheel's going to bend first. I know that these boys have been working hard, so I'm excited to see how much they're ready to fight. I know we've scored a lot more points right now if you just look on some stats than the Warriors. But, I guess the question is, how's our defense going to hold up to them? Are we going to be able to stop them again? What are we going to do?
That's a good question. And, just from the chat from the kids at school, me and Coach Dave are both in the classroom here at school. We have, football players in class. We have literally, pretty much everybody in class. But just from talking with the players, I know that they said that they think Warrenton's probably going to be a bit stiffer of a competition than what they've played so far.
Yeah, that always I love talking to the kids about, what's going to happen. What do you think is going to happen? And, we got some kids that have a lot of confidence, but I think they're pretty grounded. They know, is this going to be tough? Yeah, every game is. Every Friday night's a different night, but you got to bring your A game.
Absolutely, and I think that is a true testament to the coaching staff.
Oh, yeah. I think if you look across that board, man, every one of those coaches have energy, passion, fire. They're ready to go.
Absolutely, and we're going to get started here in just a moment. But first, Kyle, could you pull up the schedule there for us so far for the Dutchmen? We can we'll put it on screen here. Kyle here's running the cameras for us. Make that thing big. So as you can see here, the Dutchmen started off. We actually filmed the Jamboree up here. We did a live stream, Coach Dave and I, and Dutchmen did very well in the Jamboree. Then they played at Cuba, won 45-6. At Eldon, won 35-31 in a very close football game. And we're finally at home. Take a little bit of a road trip after that, going to St. James and to Herman. Back at home for Pacific, back at Union. And then we finish our regular season up with 2 home games. Dave, we talked about this a little bit during the Jamboree, but I find it very interesting that we play all of our conference games there right at the end of the year.
Yeah, it's very much kind of like the NFL does, where you're popping on your conference right at the end, and that's where you're really going to put your nose to the grindstone. And I think we got maybe some districts opponents there too. I know St. Clair's almost always a big game for us to go against, but I'm excited to watch these guys go. I'm looking at some of their stats right now, and we've got our quarterback leading the rushing attack for the Owensville Dutchmen, but I also know he's got an arm that's going to sling it and be able to throw real well too. So.
Yeah, I will say that I've gotten to see the TV studio footage come back to the classroom of the last couple games, and I've been very, very impressed with our senior quarterback, Blake Elliott. He's thrown the ball around with a lot more confidence this year than what I've seen in the past.
Absolutely, I agree with that. And I think that confidence level, like you said before, comes from the coaches, trickles down to the captains. Him and why can't I think of, Tanner Meyer, Isaiah Gates, those guys leading the charge. Oh, and don't forget about your lineman, Hayden Shoemaker. They just bought right into what Coach Howard's saying, and golly, they're ready to go.
Absolutely, and we're going to pull up on screen here real quick the schedule and the record for the Warrenton Warriors. As you can see, they've gotten off to a 2-0 start as well. They had their Jamboree at Borgia, and then they went to Fort Zumwalt South, and they beat Fort Zumwalt South 22-16. They played at home. They've already played 1 home game against Washington and won that game 21-18. And now here we are here in Owensville, clash of 2 2-0 teams. We're going to take a break here real quick, and we're going to put on. We're going to introduce you to the Dutchmen football team real quick. So, Kyle, if you could pull up that, I'm going to go ahead and get this shared on our Facebook page. So, if you guys are watching, share it on your Facebook so people know how to watch the game this evening.
Dane Dietrich, freshman, cornerback.
Brady Watson, freshman, quarterback.
Greg Yates, freshman, center.
Zayden Garber, freshman, wide receiver.
Corbin Brand, freshman, receiver.
Leland Steen, freshman, lineman.
Winter Thompson, freshman, wide receiver.
Chase Crosby, freshman, wide receiver. Kale Walker, freshman, D-line.
Wyatt Lewis, freshman, wide receiver, aka Waterboy.
Liam Rasmussen, freshman, D-line.
Ken Bayless, freshman, outside linebacker.
Jacob Wyrick, freshman, defensive end.
Bradley Kelly, freshman, offensive line and defensive line.
Micah Duncan, freshman, receiver, corner.
Dalton Octa, sophomore, wide receiver and corner.
Henry Womack, sophomore, wide receiver, safety.
Connor Wellman, sophomore, wide receiver.
Ned Disselkamp, sophomore, lineman.
Dalton Fertile, sophomore, lineman.
Ben Kramer, sophomore, O-line, D-line, lineman.
Rika Marquez, sophomore, wide receiver. Go Dutchmen! Bryce Horseman, sophomore, wide receiver.
Adam Wilson, sophomore, quarterback.
Zach Barch, sophomore, O-line.
Henry Lepp, sophomore, offensive lineman and defensive lineman.
Stephen Budemeyer, sophomore, receiver and outside linebacker.
Bryson Kitchell, junior, lineman. Logan Bailey, junior, middle linebacker. Connor Vogt, junior, sideline killer.
Jaden Gerlman, junior, running back, middle linebacker.
Timmy Winterberg, junior, receiver, and outside linebacker.
Xavier Bayless, junior, running back and outside linebacker.
Luke Reed, junior, receiver, cornerback.
Zayden Gates, junior, receiver, linebacker.
Warren Line, junior, kicker.
Johannes Berg, junior, kicker.
Jacoby Lindbergh, senior, left guard.
Isaiah Gates, senior, running back and outside linebacker.
Landon Eli, senior, tight end.
Hayden Shoemaker, senior, tackle.
Dalton Lackey, senior, running back and outside linebacker.
Caden Lebb, senior, offensive and defensive lineman.
Tanner Meyer, senior, slot receiver and safety.
Austin Mattis, senior, right tackle.
Braden McDaniel, senior, running back and middle linebacker. Dale Gruppy, senior, receiver and corner.
Blake Elliott, senior, quarterback, middle linebacker.
Cody Perkins, senior, right tackle.
AJ Silvers, senior, offense lineman, defense lineman.
Dane Dietrich, freshman, cornerback.
Brady Watson, freshman, quarterback.
Greg Yates, freshman, center.
Zayden Garver, freshman, wide receiver.
Corbin Brand, freshman, receiver.
Leland Steen, freshman, lineman.
Gunnar Thompson, freshman, wide receiver.
Chase Crosby, freshman, wide receiver. Kale Walker, freshman, D-line.
Wyatt Lewis, freshman, wide receiver, aka Waterboy.
Liam Rasmussen, freshman, D-line.
Ken Bayless, freshman, outside linebacker.
Jacob Wyrick, freshman, defensive end.
Bradley Kelly, freshman, offensive line and defensive line.
Micah Duncan, freshman, receiver, corner.
Dalton Octa, sophomore, wide receiver and corner.
Henry Womack, sophomore, wide receiver, safety.
Connor Wellman, sophomore, wide receiver.
Ned Disselkamp, sophomore, lineman.
Dalton Fertile, sophomore, lineman.
Ben Kramer, sophomore, O-line, D-line, lineman.
Rika Marquez, sophomore, wide receiver. Go Dutchmen! Bryce Horseman, sophomore, wide receiver.
Adam Wilson, sophomore, quarterback.
Zach Barch, sophomore, O-line.
Henry Lepp, sophomore, offensive lineman and defensive lineman.
Stephen Budemeyer, sophomore, receiver and outside linebacker.
Bryson Kitchell, junior, lineman. Logan Bailey, junior, middle linebacker. Connor Vogt, junior, sideline killer.
Jaden Gerlman, junior, running back, middle linebacker.
Timmy Winterberg, junior, receiver, and outside linebacker.
Xavier Bayless, junior, running back and outside linebacker.
Luke Reed, junior, receiver, cornerback.
Zayden Gates, junior, receiver, linebacker.
Warren Line, junior, kicker.
Johannes Berg, junior, kicker.
Jacoby Lindbergh, senior, left guard.
Isaiah Gates, senior, running back and outside linebacker.
Landon Eli, senior, tight end.
Hayden Shoemaker, senior, tackle.
Dalton Lackey, senior, running back and outside linebacker.
Caden Lebb, senior, offensive and defensive lineman.
Tanner Meyer, senior, slot receiver and safety.
Austin Mattis, senior, right tackle.
Braden McDaniel, senior, running back and middle linebacker.
Dale Gruppy, senior, receiver and corner.
Blake Elliott, senior, quarterback, middle linebacker.
Cody Perkins, senior, right tackle.
AJ Silvers, senior, offense lineman, defense lineman.
All right, we're back. We cycled through that a couple times. Had to make a couple shares on Facebook. Share with the Owensville accounts, the high school, the athletic department. So hopefully we have some people out here viewing. With that said, we are now on the Granite Miles cam. Granite is running a cam for us down on the track right now as we're getting ready to get started here. We're going to have two cams for you tonight, one that's on the sideline and then one that's up top that looks like this. Game time is scheduled to start at 7 o'clock. Coach Dave, what were the vibes at the school that you felt from the kids today?
I think they were excited. We haven't had a home game yet, so these kids were ready to come out, rock the red, white, and blue. They got in if they wore their Ozone shirt. And you can see, we got some kids down here in front of us, ready to roll, ready to rock. They got their face painted. The cheerleaders got a whole bunch of glitter and stuff in their hair. Probably won't come out for a week. So we'll be rocking the red, white, and blue for a week, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they've been doing themes all year long. I just got a cameraman show up. Maybe I might stick him on a camera. I'm gonna pop off for a second, Coach Dave, and help Mr. Felix.
Hey, this guy here is the fastest guy we got around.
All right, follow me to the top.
All right, you guys can look down there. That's our student section. Let's hope nobody's picking their nose, but looks like we're having some fun down there. We've got one of our high school teachers, one of our Stuco reps. She's telling us, you guys better be loud, better be proud. You're going to be an Owensville Dutchman. Ooh, we've even got some sparkles in the stands, too. All right. And there we go. Looks like we're up in the booth. We're moving some cameras around, checking some zooms in, zooms out. Looks like that football team's about to make our way on out. Student section says, hey, we're here. We're ready to party. I'm going to let you guys hear the action live out there. We got one of the fastest kids in Owensville High School manning a stationary camera. We're going to see how he does tonight.
We got Felix Guerrero helping us out on the rooftop cam, the cam that's on top of the press box. And he's doing a great job. We are thankful for Mr. Felix. You guys are actually running tomorrow morning in Lynn, isn't that correct, Coach?
Yeah, we're going to see if Felix does a great job here tonight, and he's going to come out and rock it tomorrow. We ran a good meet last week. And, we're representing Owensville the best we can. Just like our football team's coming out with some victories, we're coming out with some victories, too. We have Eileen Lindbergh collecting our first place of the year last weekend at New Haven High School Invitational.
She finished first in that meet. I remember somebody else who finished first in that meet back in the day, Coach.
It was a while ago, but it was fun. We've had quite a few victories out there. We've been able to get Carter Mercado some wins. We got Sophie Ashner getting some wins. I think maybe even Michaela Gibson, and back in 2000-something, I grabbed one myself. It was a fun time. It was a great day. I ate biscuits and gravy beforehand, and I did not throw them up afterwards, so that was an awesome feeling.
Absolutely. And it looks like the band is coming out now for the ceremonial national anthem. So, Kyle, if you could give us, I'm going to turn Granite's cam on. Hopefully we're going to get some audio from that camera, and I'll shut up and we will listen to the band perform here. Also have the bleacher cam here. You can kind of see some of the fans that are in the stands. They're filing in here. Like we said, it is red, white, and blue night here at Dutchman Field.
Boys, stand back.
All right, it looks like we jumped the gun a little bit here. I believe the band is going to be playing here in any moment. The band is directed by Mr. M.J. Orff. Coach Dave, Mr. Orff got here last year, didn't he?
I believe so. He is. I mean, he's got the kids excited. We had a couple years there where we were kind of shrinking, and we were getting a bigger band. I mean, overnight, it looks like he had a good relationship with those 8th graders, and they're outnumbered as freshmen.
Absolutely, and I mean, obviously, this is one of the bigger bands I've seen in a while, and I know that there's a lot more coming up, I believe.
Yeah.
So that is awesome to see. Felix is doing a good job here, scrolling through from our rooftop cam here on top of the press box, so you guys can see everybody that's in the band right now. And, if you hear that voice, that's the voice of Bruce Pines. I'm going to stop talking.
Please show consideration to those seated around you by showing good sportsmanship throughout the evening. At this time, we ask that you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Presenting the colors tonight are members of the Bledsoe Bulis VFW Post of 6133 of Owensville. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
As always, an excellent performance by the Owensville High School Marching Band. At this time, you're going to see the cam here. It's going to start focusing in. The football team is going to make their entrance. You see the cheerleaders out there at midfield. Guys, this is what fall feels like at the Owensville High School.
This is actually a great fall night. I mean, we're in the mid-70s, maybe upper 70s. I don't know, break a sweat till after the first quarter.
I know, and here in the press box, the last time we were up here, Coach Dave, I felt like we were cooking.
If you didn't lose 5 pounds, I don't know if you were up here. I walked out a lighter man.
I 100% agree with that. Don't have that feeling tonight.
No, it feels good.
As you can see from the picture here, we got the Owensville faithful is out. They're here to support the school, support our student athletes, and support our band. It's just a great atmosphere at Dutchmen Field. Scheduled game time is supposed to start at 7 o'clock, so we still do have about 5 minutes left. If you're just joining us, as soon as they take the field and they're doing, oh, here they come. Here come the Dutchmen.
There's our drum line, loud and proud.
Absolutely. There are your Dutchmen.
It's like Big Hayden Shoemaker leading that way out there.
You know, I love seeing Coach Bowman there.
Hypes him up.
He is the hype man. There's no doubt about that. That man does a great job with our students. Football players.
Oh, it looks like Jacoby Lindbergh leading the charge there. Long hair, don't care. Let's go.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to kick off the home part of the Dutchmen football season. They are hyped up. They are ready to go. Just a great scene here.
See on the seniors' faces, they're ready to come represent, protect the mill.
Looks like we're up to the double digits of listeners and watchers right now. So if you're watching at home, you obviously can feel free to come up to the field, but we enjoy having you here with us on the stream as well. We'd like to introduce you to the Dutchmen football team. If you were watching earlier, you already got to see this. We have a TV studio student up here helping us right now, Kyle Bowman. Kyle, can you give us that video again showing all of the Dutchmen football players on the screen?
Dane Dietrich, freshman, cornerback. Brady Watson, freshman, quarterback.
Greg Gates, freshman, center.
Zayden Garber, freshman, wide receiver. Corbin Brand, freshman, receiver.
Leland Steen, freshman, lineman.
Winter Thompson, freshman, wide receiver. Chase Crosby, freshman, wide receiver.
Kale Walker, freshman, D-line.
Wyatt Lewis, freshman, wide receiver, a.k.a. Waterboy.
Liam Rasmussen, freshman, D-line.
Ken Bayless, freshman, outside linebacker.
Jacob Wyrick, freshman, defensive end.
Bradley Kelly, freshman, offensive line and defensive line.
Micah Duncan, freshman, receiver, corner.
Dalton Nocta, sophomore, wide receiver, and corner.
Henry Womack, sophomore, wide receiver, safety.
Connor Wellman, sophomore, wide receiver.
Matt Disselkamp, sophomore, lineman.
Dalton Fertile, sophomore, lineman. Ben Kramer, sophomore, O-line, D-line, lineman.
Rika Marquez, sophomore, wide receiver. Go Dutchmen!
Bryce Horseman, sophomore, wide receiver.
Adam Wilson, sophomore, quarterback. Zach Barch, sophomore, O-line.
Henry Lepp, sophomore, offensive lineman and defensive lineman.
Stephen Budemeyer, sophomore.
All right, as you're listening, we are currently, I believe,
Bryson Kitchell,
we're on the
junior,
sophomore
lineman.
Now on screen.
Logan Bailey,
we can't hear
junior,
what they're saying.
middle
those guys are
linebacker.
the juniors. That is Logan
Connor
Bailey.
Vogt, junior, sideline killer.
Jaden Gerlman, junior, running back,
The
middle
students
linebacker.
made these today while they were
Timmy
at lunchtime,
Winterberg,
so
junior, receiver, and outside
this is
linebacker.
a fresh video
junior,
of all the
running back, and
students
outside linebacker.
that are on the football team.
Luke Reed, junior, receiver, cornerback.
Zayden Gates, junior, receiver, linebacker.
Werner Line, junior, kicker.
Johannes Berg, junior, kicker.
Jacoby Lindbergh,
Johannes,
senior,
Werner, they
left
are
guard.
foreign exchange students that are going to
Isaiah
help kick
Gates,
for the Dutchmen.
Senior, running back, and outside linebacker.
Landon Eli, senior, tight end.
And
Ed
it looks like the
Shoemaker,
Dutchmen
senior,
here, Coach
tech.
Dave, are going to be set up to receive.
Senior, running back, and outside linebacker.
Yeah, I'm excited to
Hayden
see what we
Webb,
got.
senior,
Looks like we've
offensive
got
and defensive line.
Jaden Gerleman, Tanner Meyer in the back.
Senior, slot
Absolutely.
receiver, and safety.
Austin Mattis, senior.
Opening
right
home
tackle.
kickoff, it looks like the student section, they are all hyped up and ready to go. Here we go.
Sorry, parents sitting behind.
You're gonna see the backs of some high schoolers this evening.
You folks at home are going to get a better view than they will, but hey, there's an atmosphere here about Owensville football.
And as they're getting ready to do the kickoff here, I'd like to give the viewers just a little heads up on the setup that we have here with TV Studio. Up here in the press box, we got me and Coach Dave doing the announcing. Junior Kyle Bowman, also cross-country runner, is up here with us, helping run the computers, run the scoreboard. First game of the season, so cause a little bit of slack on the scoreboard. We're going to do the best we can to keep it as updated as possible, but it's going to take some time to get used to it here. On the field, we have Grace Abel running our sideline cam that you see right now, and up top, we have Felix Guerrero running the camera on top of the press box. We're ready to get started here. And we are off. It looks like that's going to be number 3 for the Dutchmen.
We've got Isaiah Gates bringing the ball up. Looks like about a 7-yard maybe.
So it looks like the Dutchmen are going to take 1st and 10 from about the 37. 37 looks about where they were at. Actually getting a little bit better spot than what I had originally thought. It looks like we're going to go at about the 38. We are ready for the first offensive snap from home this year, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's see what type of force we bring.
Ball snap. Blake Elliott hands off to number 3, Isaiah Gates. He tries to take it around the right end, and he's bottled up by some Warrenton defenders. Coach Dave and we talked about at the first game, what was the offense going to look like this year? I don't know if we're going to see more running. Based on the footage I've seen from the first couple games, it looks like they've been passing the ball pretty well.
Yeah, looks like they've been passing. Looks like with the passing opens up Blake Elliott's legs to get some running in, too.
Absolutely. Ball is snapped. Blake Elliott swings it out to, looks like Tanner Meyer with number 3, makes a guy miss and is swallowed up. Looked very, very close to a first down.
Tanner Meyer did a great job bringing that pass in. One little shaky step, and all of a sudden the defender didn't have a chance. Then he just made that contact straight in and just push. Looks like we got 3rd down and less than a yard. A shift in the backfield. Blake Elliott with the keeper. Easy first down pickup. Looks about like 6 yards, 5 yards.
That's good for a Dutchman first down. So Kyle Bowman, you can go ahead and change that back to first down on the screen over here. And then we go back to 10 yards. There we go. Perfect. And then right below that, the distance, Kyle, add it all the way up to 10. Or if you hit reset, it'll take it right back to 10 because it always starts at 10. All right, we are 1st and 10 from about the Warrior 44, 46. Looks like we're bottled up, though, not anywhere to go, so it's going to be 2nd down. I think we might have lost a yard there, Coach.
Looks like their defensive line is pretty stacked up there. I'm trying to take a look at some of their numbers right now, but it looks like they are junior and senior heavy on that line, and they look like some thick boys.
Yes. Yeah, they look, you can do a size test here. They look like they are pretty big. Ball snap, swung out to number 24, Tanner Meyer again. Got some room to run. Makes a good play, gets the Dutchmans within a manageable 3rd down, about 3rd and 5. Looks like Tanner Meyer is going to play a pretty big factor in this game today, Coach.
I think they did a great job with him last year, but we had a couple more weapons on the outside that had experience. Not that we don't have weapons now, but they're just not as experienced.
I 100% agree. Got him to jump,
and
if that doesn't give us a first down, guys, it's going to be real close. It was 3rd down and about 5. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be real close, Coach Dave. I think that is a first down. That is a Dutchman first down. They are moving the chains. We're back to first down.
That chain gang just has about as hard a time as Kyle does right now, keeping up. Those guys are moving. We're all moving. Another handoff and a wrap-up in the backfield.
Seems like the Dutchmen have had more success throwing the ball right now than they have had running the ball, Coach.
Yeah, I think Tanner Meyer's a great little slot receiver there. His quickness out the backfield, you don't want to compare it to NFL because we clearly aren't NFL, but he's got a lot of that speed and quickness that you get from a slot receiver.
Yeah, and you can see a little bit of that in the springtime. Tanner's also a track runner.
Absolutely. That boy can fly when he wants to.
All right, Dutchmen are down. Ball is snapped. Blake Elliott swung out to that. That's our guy again, Tanner Meyer. Looks like he only gets about a yard on that one, if any.
Probably brings it right back up to about 3rd and 10.
I like the game plan here, though, Coach. It looks like they've done some swing passes right out the gate, some high percentage completion passes,
right.
Kind of getting just a little bit of a flow.
Right. You got to build that confidence before you start taking those chances. So I think Coach has a great game plan right now.
Absolutely. Ball is snapped. Blake is looking a little bit further downfield, throws it downfield, and it is intercepted. It is intercepted by number 20 for the Warrenton Warriors, and they're going to get it right about to where the Dutchmen needed to be for a first down. So first down the field pass is picked off, and now we're going to get a chance to see that Dutchman defense. So not the way you wanted to end that first drive, but there are some positives there. Obviously, we moved the ball pretty well, and we were able to do so in the air. Blake picked up a first down on the ground, and now we're going to get our chance to see the Warrenton offense, which, Coach, I've heard some good things about this quarterback that they got here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Not that I want him to throw on us, but anytime you can see a great athlete, it's interesting to watch.
The run up the middle, the handoff, gets maybe a yard or two. The Dutchmen men in the trenches did a good job of keeping them, holding them there.
It looks like we got quite a few guys that are playing two-way ball right now, but I also see some fresh legs out there, which is great.
Absolutely. Their quarterback is number 1. He is a senior. His name is Charlie Blondin. Charlie Blondin, from what the students at the high school told me, and this is only from what I've heard from them, he transferred there last season.
Wow.
Ball is snapped. Blondin passes to his right, and he's wrapped up and taken out of bounds for a first down. Warrenton Warriors will have it 1st and 10 at about the 43-yard line.
And I can't see that far over there, but it looks like that might have been a little Chase Crosby maybe. I can't see.
Yes, 26, I do believe, is Chase Crosby. I saw him this afternoon in the classroom with his jersey on.
So we're playing a freshman out there on that outside. You know, you're on an island.
Yeah.
And it looks like we got Luke Reed down here on the near side.
Number 23, Luke Reed, that is absolutely right.
So let's go. I love seeing a freshman get in there and play some big downs.
Absolutely. I think there's a couple freshmen that are contributing in a big way this year.
I think we got some in our linebacker or lineman.
Ball is snapped. Quarterback is scrambling around. Big pass downfield. Oh, it is picked off.
There we go.
Oh, man, he almost picked that ball off. That was freshman Chase Crosby. We were just talking about it.
Great job.
That was a fantastic job defensively, and he was just he was so close to pulling that in for return the favor and having an interception.
And Isaiah Gates was down there with good coverage as well. It looked like, we let him slip behind us, but that quarterback was just a smidge too late.
Looks like we got about the play clock is at 7:17 right now in the first quarter. So just to let you guys know, our on-screen clock is going to be pretty close. It's not going to be 100%, but it's going to give you a good idea where we're at in this game. As we get closer to the half and the end of the game, we'll try to do a closer job of getting exactly there.
I don't know if that was a defensive stunt on the line, but it looks like they snapped the ball, and we did a good job holding that line. Way to push it, Dutchman. Way to push them back.
Absolutely. Great job by the defensive unit there. The guys up front anchored, I believe. Hard time seeing numbers. We got number 50 out there. I think number 50 is Landon Disselkamp. Looks like he might be right there in the middle. I think the guy to his left might be Hayden Shoemaker.
Yeah. Hayden looks like he's standing about 4 inches taller than anybody else out there.
And then it looks like 58 for us is also Henry Lebb. So Henry Lebb, Hayden Shoemaker, and Landon Disselkamp seem to be playing the line for us right now.
Let's go, boys.
All right, we are down. The ball is snapped. Quarterback drops back, number 1, Blondin. He fires downfield to number 10, and it is through the hands. Looked like it'd be a pretty good pass, but just wasn't quite able to haul it in.
A little bit of pressure there for the defense, and they're holding pretty well. So we're going on. Are we on 4th down now? Let's see what they decide to do.
We are on 4th down, Coach Dave, and it is about 4th and 8. Big defensive moment here for the Dutchmen in the early going, keeping the game tight. We're at 6:28 on the clock, so we are about halfway through this first quarter with no score quite yet.
Looks like they're going for it.
They're going for it. Ball's in the air. It is caught by number 10, and then he is tackled immediately by number 23 for us, and that would be Luke Reed.
Looked like a pickup on about 10, so they did gain a first down. So we're going to be on the Dutchman 44-yard line.
The one thing that I heard in class from the students, and Kyle, can we go down? We're going to go to a quick commercial here.
So we do tires, exhaust, brakes, oil changes, and simple services like that. Absolutely, yeah. We're looking at helping the kids out. If we can teach them, train them here to work on vehicles themselves, we're definitely interested in hiring them. Anytime, just come in to the office and speak to anyone inside the office, and we can get them an application.
As you guys can hear Bruce Penite say, we are on a 1st and 10. The Warriors have it on the Dutchman 44-yard line. we're getting our camera up top, panned out just a little bit so you guys can get a little bit more view. The ball is snapped. We got a fake handoff. He's going deep on the right. And we got a pass deflection, but we have a little yellow hanky. I don't think we turned our head around a little bit.
Yeah, it looked to be maybe a little bit of face guarding there, Coach.
And I think, I don't want to say for sure, but that might have been Liam Rasmussen. I apologize. Looks like a 20-something.
Liam Rasmussen is number 27.
So I got bad eyes.
Don't have a call on the field just yet. We're still waiting to see what the call is going to be. Oh, it is a penalty against the Dutchmen, so the ball is going to be moving down.
That was number 20, Landon Eli. I apologize, Liam.
Yeah, I believe Liam is kind of like an edge rusher or a nose guard from what I've heard, but he is a freshman that has also, helped out so far this season, done a great job. Ball snapped to Blondin, is a running play, and he is bottled up there by number 25?
Logan Bailey.
Logan Bailey.
Great job, Logan.
Logan and Noah Caldwell, Coach, have started a podcast in my class called 20 Ain't Nothing But Change.
That's awesome.
They had their first guest today, Coach Howard.
Okay.
So you'll be able to find 28 Nothing But Change on Spotify if you would like to give them a listen. But that was Logan Bailey. Looks like the Warriors have returned to the line here. Blondin in at quarterback. Ball snap. Blondin steps back to pass. Pass is complete. Pretty good defense, though, Coach.
Yeah, we're like a blanket, and that's good. I mean, we got to make a stops where we can, so we're doing a great job there.
A little bit of what I was told by the guys in class was that their wideouts are very fast. So I think they have to play a little bit off so they don't want to get burnt. But obviously if you do that, then the underneath routes are going to be there.
Absolutely. Looks like they're bringing in a couple juniors and seniors there, looking at their roster.
Number 7 is the running back for them in the backfield. His name?
Austin Haas.
Austin Haas.
I'm waiting to see him run the ball a little bit, see what we can do against it. And
ball's on the ground. He splits it outside, and that's exactly what they're doing, Coach.
Bring it down to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, 5 or 6, somewhere down there. Felix is doing a great job on that top cam. We'll go down to the field cam. This is with Grace Abel. She's giving us this field cam view. We have a wireless camera rig that she's got down there on the sideline. Offers us a couple different angles here. Looks like we got a little bit of a timeout here on the field. Felix zooms in here as the Dutchmen coaches are talking with the team here. What do you think is what do you think that conversation is going like down there on the field, Coach?
I think it's, batten down the hatches. Let's make sure we get a stop. Stop them when we can. Sometimes scoring's inevitable, but, we got to put up a fight. Can't just let them have it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is, this is where you really find out what your defense is made of when your back is against the wall.
Right. I'm always a little bit nervous. I've never wanted to be a football coach because I don't think I could handle that pressure the way they do, but they get everybody watching.
Once a week, everybody comes out. It's really a festival of a moment. The whole community seems to come out. Everybody's very excited. All right, Blondin is under center this time. Is he going to receive the snap? Looks like it's going to be a running play. Runs it outside, and he is going to be in for the first touchdown of the game. That was number 7 for the Warriors, Austin Haas.
So I guess I spoke too soon, folks. It looks like we might have a little excessive celebration or something, or a sideline warning. I am not sure. I've never seen that call before.
Try to hear from the legendary voice, Bruce Penites, what the call is. Yes, that was a sideline warning is what we just heard Bruce say. I think it was on the Dutchman, but I'm not 100% sure.
And I'll be honest, I'm not sure what's going to happen for that one.
Yeah, I don't know that I know what that means. Number 36 back to kick the extra point, and it is up, and it is good. So that's going to make the score 7-0 Warriors as we head into the Final 4 minutes and 49 seconds here of the first quarter. Looking back at that drive, Coach, saw some good things. We're able to get the Warriors to 4th down once, and even looked like maybe we're going to have a freshman come up with a big interception.
Yeah, I think that was just, it's an unfortunate missed opportunity. We all make those just little drops. But I think, like, when you're a freshman in that position and you're playing some big-time ball out there, you're going to get another one. Just you hold on to that ball even tighter next time.
Absolutely. And shout out to the cheerleaders. You can see the cheerleaders in the bottom left of your screen right there. Some absolutely some great young ladies that are a member of our cheer squad, and they do a great job bringing the energy and helping our student section, the O-Zone, be excited for our home events.
This O-Zone is one of the bigger student sections I've seen in quite a while. They backed it up. Looks like about 10 rows deep. Students standing only.
Kyle, can you give us a little shot of the O-Zone here? There we go. You can kind of see the O-Zone up in the top right. The ball is kicked, and it is going to be caught this time by 45. Jaden Gerleman takes it to the left side of the field, looking for some room, and it looks like he's going to get to about the – oh, he's still going.
Nobody's bringing that guy down without a fight.
Man, Jaden Gerleman, just one of the overall toughest kids in the school.
Absolutely.
Takes it to about the 44. I could have sworn he was going to be tackled at the 30.
You guys watch out. Jaden Gerleman, you talk to him. He's one of the nicest guys you'll meet, but you put a helmet on him. Watch out.
Absolutely.
There's not a brick wall in town that's going to hold up for Jaden Gerleman. Let's go.
Absolutely. He's going to give you everything he's got every single play. There's no doubt about that.
So we've got 3 wide on the right side.
Ball snapped. Looks like Blake Elliott's going to take it himself. Design quarterback run. Tries to take it up the middle and is stopped at about the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be about 2nd and 10.
Number 48, Jacob Ruff. He's a senior on the Warriors team. He looks to be in on almost every run play we've had.
Looking at number 48 out there, you can see him on screen. I don't know that the screen does it justice. How tall do you think that kid is?
That guy's got to be at least 6'3", and he's long and lanky, and he looks powerful. So,
absolutely. You see him there. He's going to come from the edge. Get a swing out here to number 2. That's going to be Zayden Gates.
With a good pickup of about 6, it looks like. Maybe 7.
Looks like Tanner was in there with a little bit of blocking. Pretty interesting duo we have on the team. We have Gates brothers. Isaiah does a little bit of running the football, and Zayden does some catching of the football.
And they are a fun duo to watch out there. Anytime you can see some family members work together, it's an awesome feeling.
Going to give a quick shout-out to our local newspaper guy, Dave Marner. He's helping our Grace Abel out on the sideline, helping her get an even better shot. We'll show you where she's at now. He did a great job positioning her. Blake is looking downfield. We got a completion after.
Way to go.
Absolutely. Way to find the open man, Blake Elliott.
And I could be wrong, but that's another 26. Chase Crosby says, I got hands. Bring it back.
Wow. Now, that is one of those plays where a lot can go wrong, but my goodness, they pulled it off.
Well, you could see he had a moment. He was going to either scramble and go for it and use those legs that Blake Elliott has, or I'm going to trust my freshman and look at him go. Way to believe, Blake.
Did a great job. Grace has got a new position on the sideline here. You see Liz Adams running across. She's working for the OHS yearbook, taking some photos. And Isaiah Gates has found a hole. He's going. He's on the 20. He's evaded a tackle down to the 5. Oh. Almost takes it to the house, ladies and gentlemen. Isaiah Gates with a strong run, and the Dutchmen are in the red zone.
That is a guy that has put in the work for 365 days. He's been in the weight room. He's been grinding. He came out and ran track this past spring. That open field speed that he just showcased was amazing.
Yeah, and he's worked for every bit of that. And you're not going to find another player on the team that's as positive as he is, I don't think.
We're going to hand it back off to him.
He takes it up the middle. From here, it looks like he got stopped up at about the line of scrimmage. But Isaiah is one of the 4 senior captains on this team, and for good reason. He does a great job firing up his boys and also leading by example, like Coach Dave just said.
And he's a humble individual. You don't hear him bragging about how great he is. At least I never did. So he deserves everything he's going to get.
Absolutely. We're about 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first quarter, and we are knocking on the door trying to tie this ball game. Blake Elliott takes it himself. He's working. He is in the end zone. That is a Dutchman touchdown. First home touchdown of the season. Quarterback, Blake Elliott. And you hear the iconic cannon fire. The Dutchmen are fired up.
And
The
looks
student
like-
section's fired up.
Looks like we might be sending in big number 84.
Big number 84, that is our foreign exchange student. That's correct, right?
It's the Iceberg. I don't know if they call him that or not.
Iceberg. Johannes Berg in to kick the extra point for the Dutchmen. I believe Johannes is from the Netherlands, right?
I do believe so.
And it is a good kick right through the uprights.
Didn't even look like he followed through with that thing. That was just a love tap on that thing.
And the Dutchmen have tied the score 7-7 here at home.
As my good co-worker, Mr. Tyler Ehring, says, it's basically a 0-0 ball game again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We reset from here. You can see the cheerleaders on screen doing the fight song. We play the fight song after all of our home Dutchman scores.
Have you ever tried to do that dance?
I'm going to actually be honest with you and say yes. My wife was a cheerleader, and she tried teaching me at the house.
Well, you know, I think the real world word is tried there.
Yeah.
I, myself, I'm just good at clapping with them. And, you know, I played the tuba during this, so I didn't have to worry about doing all this dancing stuff.
Absolutely. Grace Abel doing a great job with our shots here of the ozone. The camera, if you see it lag like that a little bit, is because it's giving us a wireless feed. Stays pretty good for the most part, but every now and then you're going to get that little bit of lag. We're going to go back to the field now because it looks like we are ready
Let's
for the
go
kickoff.
O-Town. Let's see if we can hear a big O coming in as we kick this ball off.
All right. Johannes with the kick. Looks to be a little bit of a shorter kick down to about the 25-yard line, being returned by number 6. He swings it out far to the left. He ran a really long way, but, Dave, I think he only got about 5 yards from where he caught it.
You could see number 4, Ricky Marquez, was coming in for that hit, and I think he edged him off, and then we were able to put a stop down. So great job.
Good job, Ricky. Ricky is a sophomore here at OHS. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, but I believe Ricky is pretty fast.
Ricky is pretty fast. He figured out where he should be working last year during track season, and he has stepped his game up. I think he's finally figured out that he can be an amazing athlete. And I believe he's a 3-sport athlete as long as he stays injury-free.
Yeah, because I believe he played basketball last year, and it looks like the Warriors are getting to the line. Let's see if the Dutchmen can come away with a stop here on this drive. Ball is snapped. Oh, it's fumbled in the backfield. Can the Dutchmen get on it?
Oh, number 12 just barely.
Oh, yes, number 25, Logan Bailey, has come up with a fumble.
What a fighter.
They've absolutely given a gift to the Dutchmen here on their side of the field. The Dutchmen came out last year, and they were able to get a win against Warrenton in Warrenton. And they've come out with the right energy tonight, Coach.
Yep. And, you know, when you watch that handoff was to a freshman, and, you know, sometimes you just wonder, was that a little bit of nerves or what was it?
Yeah, being a freshman in that situation, a little bit of a tough situation. We got a big crowd here, not at home. All right, now we can see the Dutchman offense again. Blake Elliott there to receive the snap, hands it off on a fake. He holds on to it.
Ooh.
Oh, my gosh, that is not good. Oh, thank goodness it was broken up.
What a defensive play there by
our offensive player.
Yeah, was that number 24, Tanner Meyer, fighting back?
So Blake Elliott was in the backfield. I don't know if the camera caught it. I wasn't paying attention to the screen, but Blake Elliott's in the backfield, dropped back, did not see the edge rush, slapped at his arm, got a little bit on that one, I think, Coach.
I would agree. It definitely looked like it floated in the air a little longer than what he intended.
Absolutely. But luckily, wide receiver Tanner Meyer was able to break that up from it being an interception.
And that's why Tanner plays both ways.
That's right. Isaiah with a run on the outside. Tough run, evades a tackler.
Another
he is
one.
Going to the 10.
Hey, way to go again.
Man, big hit. He laid some punishment to a would-be tackler there on the sideline.
I'm going to tell you, with him, it does not look like any shoestring tackling is going to do the job. You have to get your arms around him.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to square up Mr. Isaiah Gates. I don't think there's any way around it. We'll give a quick shout-out to our chain gang over there. Whether people know it or not, they've been doing this for a lot of years. I saw Scott Evans over there. I believe the Greenlows are always over there taking care of that. It's nice when people come out and are volunteering and helping out at the school. Blake Elliott keeps the ball, looks to get close inside the 5-yard line. The Dutchmen are knocking on the door again.
And I do believe all they get paid with is cheeseburgers at the end of the game, maybe a Gatorade or two at halftime.
Shout out to the Booster Club. We both just had a burger, and man, it was good.
It was.
Our athletic booster club does a good job running the concessions here at the home events. It looks like the Dutchmen are going pretty spread out here. Blake Elliott's about to receive the shotgun snap. He hands it off, though, to Isaiah Gates. Oh, no, looks like the ball's on the ground. But the Dutchmen appear to have come back up with it. It's not a turnover.
And I think we got a little bit of forward progress there, potentially.
We're close. It looks to be about a 3rd and 1, ladies and gentlemen. We are, so we can still pick up the first down here without scoring a touchdown. Either way, we need this yard because I don't think you get all the way down here. You want to try to settle for 3, Coach.
You know, not at this point in time. I think I'm going to be risky, but hey, Coach Howard, you're a different man than I am.
3rd down, will it matter? Oh, man, it's going to be close. If he didn't get a first down, he's going to be within a yard. First real big coaching decision from Coach Howard coming up here. For those that are watching, if you don't know, it's going to be close. My goodness, they might have to come out and do a...
Absolutely.
Nope, it's going to be 4th down.
They're just giving it. Yep.
It is 4th down. It has got to be within... It's got to be within a yard.
And I think they're going to let that quarter expire and go into the second quarter. You know, think about it. Talk it over real quick.
That's right. And while we're doing this, Kyle, if you could, bring us up another commercial. Maybe...
Hi, I am Woody Schlottick, and I am a loan officer here at First State Community Bank in Owensville.
My name is Megan Jost. I am the loan officer at First State Community Bank at our Gerald branch.
The community involvement that we do here at the bank is, for example, we're going to be up at the tailgate this next Friday when you guys play Sullivan. We'll be up there doing that. We are very active in the community. We are part of the Owensville Chamber of Commerce. Basically, anything that we can do to help better Owensville, we will do that.
At our Gerald branch for First State Community Bank, we are involved in with the chamber. We also promote and sponsor the half-court shot at the OHS basketball games. And we also do different outreach programs with golf outings. We're a supporter of the Gascony County Fair, 4-H, and FFA.
Yes, we do employ OHS students. Right now we have Lane Vincent that works for us who goes to school part-time and comes and helps us out here at the bank. We actually have a lot of our staff here are graduates of Owensville High School.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after that quick commercial, and it looks like the Dutchmen are going to set up for a field goal. They've switched ends into the field, obviously, because the quarter has ended. So now we're at the second quarter. Kyle, if you could cue us up the second quarter. Give us 12 minutes on the clock.
We're going to go with that iceberg leg again. We're going to see what global warming has for him. Let's go. Here we go.
Oh, man, I'm loving that.
Folks, I love the nicknames we used to have for, Aaron the Boot Budnick.
Oh, man, that is a heartbreaker, ladies and gentlemen.
Looked like that ball just came out a little bit low.
Man. Well, here's an interesting position to be in. Defense has got them backed up against their own goal line. It's going to be interesting to see how our defense comes out here. This is a big part of the game, obviously, and
your head coach is your defensive coordinator here in our position. So Coach Howard's been coaching the defensive side of the ball for years now with Nate Cabot as the head coach, and I believe he's still doing the defensive calling as the head coach for the Dutchmen this year.
All right, I'm very confused. Why are they getting the ball from the 20?
I guess it's because our attempt was on 4th down. So it acts as a
Well, yeah, but they would get it from where the ball. I'm actually very confused. I don't understand why they get it from the 20. If you miss a field goal, maybe that's a high school thing, but in the NFL, if that were to happen, you would get the ball where they kicked, where it was snapped from.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know enough about football to know that rule. Just like the sideline warning, it didn't look like there was any type of punishment for our sideline.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm flabbergasted. I don't know why that just happened. That has to be a high school rule only.
When we get another timeout, we will Google that in our Misha or some football rule book just to make sure.
And the NFL, if you miss like a 35-yard field goal, then wherever the ball was snapped from, which would be about the 25, somewhere around there. I think it's like 12 yards, so probably the 23 is where I think you would get the ball.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, unless I'm... ball snap, Blondin is dropped back, throwing deep. Oh, my God, he's got a guy. Oh, man. maybe not exactly how you draw it up. Number 2, I believe, Zayden Gates did have his back to the ball, but got his hands up, so that's good. And
avoided that premature contact that might have got a flag on the play. So good job, Zayden.
And that ball had some hang time there, Coach.
And that guy's got an arm on him, so I don't know how much further he can throw, but that's a good 30-yarder, 40-yarder right there. And they had a little crossing action over here on the short side of the field, so I wouldn't be surprised to do something else.
All right, it's going to be 3rd down here. 3rd down and about 6. Blondin is gearing up to throw deep, and he's got a guy. If he catches it, it's a touchdown. Oh, man. He caught it.
Yep.
Looked as if for a second he bobbled it, but he was able to hang on. That is going to be the play that we're going to have to avoid the rest of this game.
Right. That catch reminded me a lot of the little catch Derek Brandt had a couple years ago down the sideline.
Oh, yeah. Derek, for those listening, too, and I don't know if you've heard this yet, Coach, or not, but Derek did walk on at Mizzou.
Oh, well, that's an awesome thing for him. I am super proud.
I believe he was practice squad, but I heard from Coach Kemp today that he's been promoted and is going to get to be on the sideline for Mizzou's home game tomorrow.
All right. Owensville Dutchman faithful, let's, you might want to wear your golden black.
Ball is up. It is through the upright. That's going to make it 14-7. Yeah, that's just a really cool thing. I think the last Dutchman football player we had donning a Mizzou uniform would have been Bo Veeman.
Bo Veeman. I was about to say that. Wow.
I'm going to take a break here, Dave. If you could carry it, I'm going to go talk to Grace down there on the sideline, and we're probably going to have Grace come up to the top to replace Felix here in a little bit. Felix has done a great job. He's doing the top of the box, press box cam, but Felix has a cross-country meet in the morning at Lynn. I'll be right back. Turn it over to Coach Dave.
Like a plan. You can hear in my mic. We've got the cheerleaders leading a nice one. We just got to get louder and louder and louder. There we go. On the last one, we always do the last one proud. So good job, cheering section. Looks like we got Tanner Meyer and Jaden Gerleman still in the back deep. Let's see if we can get that ball kicked to him. Let him do some action here. Ooh. Looked like they did a little bit of an onside kick. It might have clipped a Dutchman player, and the Warriors were able to recover it. Again, that was number 48 for the Warriors. Like I said earlier on that defensive line, Jacob Ruff, a senior, he is all over the place, and it looked like he came in and blew that thing up, or he was the one who recovered that ball. So our Dutchman defense still going to be out there, and we're going to play strong. Let's see what we can do, boys. And it looks like they're getting it right on the 50-yard line. So a quick memory is the thing to have. Or I should say a forgetful memory. And here we go. Ball snapped back. And it's a swing play out to the left. And Isaiah Gates runs him out of bounds. Looks like they were able to pick up about 14, 13. The Warriors get set on the line. And they hand off the ball to their running back, number 7. It looks like we got a gang tackle there. We did a good job holding them up, but it looks like they were able to gain about 7-8 yards. You can see the amount of time it takes to get up whenever you get a gang tackle going on. It takes a little bit of time for them boys to finally be able to get up off of it. Mr. T is getting his run in tonight, up and down these stairs. Looks like we got 2nd and 2. We got 4 wide on the right, 1 on the left. I'm going to guess that this is going to be a passing play. And he faked right. He throws back to the middle of the field and overthrew his receiver. Good job, defense. Good job. Going to be 3rd and 2. But we have a penalty flag on the play. And it's a holding against the Warriors. Great job. If you guys ever hear the voice of Bruce Penites, that is the voice of Owensville football and Owensville basketball. It will be a sad day whenever you don't hear Bruce's voice. It makes me think of hot chocolate. Makes me think of loud stadiums and pet bands. Talk about that every time, but just a nostalgic feeling. Looks like we have 2nd down and 12, so the Dutchmen decided to accept that penalty on the Warriors, and we brought them back a little bit. They snap the ball, hand it off to number 7, and the Dutchmen are wrapping him up. Great job, boys. Great job.
Defense is looking good.
Yeah.
Defense is looking good, and I think we're going to get a penalty on number 6 of Warrenton. Little unnecessary roughness. He was kind of shucking around our corner over here. Maybe he's at 28 or 26. Who is that, Coach?
If that's 20, well, that's a great question.
Yeah, he was absolutely doing some after play activity that just wasn't necessary. I don't think it was caught on camera. It was a little bit out of the frame, but whoever is it, 26?
That's all the way down here. Yeah, that's 26. That's Chase Crosby again. So
yeah, I don't know what was going on there, but he got his hands on Crosby after the whistle when he didn't need to. So
let me tell you, you're not going to scare that guy.
No, he's a competitor even as a freshman.
You know, and there's a long line of Crosby talent. I went to school with one of his uncles, and I got to watch his dad.
Ball snap. Blondin drops back. It looks like he's looking to air it out again. Ball's up, and we got an interception.
Interception. That is
Absolutely.
Isaiah Gates, big number 3.
Man, Isaiah has come out to play here on opening night.
Right.
Bringing the 2023 football season at home right. Great job, Isaiah.
All right, offense. Let's go to work.
And you can see Coach Bowman. He is fired up there on the sidelines. The team is fired up. Guys, let's tie it up. Let's tie it up here right on this drive.
I love the fire. I love the energy. You can still see the boys over here celebrating, the ones that play D.
All right. Dutchmen take over at about the 18-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to the same guy that just got the interception. Isaiah Gates tries to do a little shake and bake, eludes a tackle, brings it back. Man, he worked really hard.
Wow.
To get about 2 yards, but my goodness.
It took 8 of them to take him down. They had to put a box around him.
There's a flag on the field, about middle of the field, maybe in the area of holding.
Well, whenever you get that squirrely around there, sometimes it's hard for your receivers to do a good job blocking without having to grab a little jersey. So,
well, I just saw the call. I'm going to be honest. I'm not actually sure what that call was. The referee made 2 fists and kind of pounded them together and said it was against the Dutchmen. So whatever that signal means.
Illegal fist bumping.
He did it again.
All right.
I'm not. You can see it there on the middle of the screen. I'm going to listen for Bruce's call.
Absolutely.
My only guess there is maybe helmet-to-helmet contact. That's the only thing I can think of. Which obviously with safety protocols and all of that, we're not looking to get anybody hurt. So if you can avoid that helmet-to-helmet contact, there's really not a place in the game for that anymore.
And that is one thing. Bruce does have all the calls.
He does. He knows what he's talking about. He's been doing it a long time.
I've also seen a cheat sheet there in front of him before, so it's helpful.
So the Dutchmen had sent Tanner Meyer in motion. They faked it to Tanner and handed it off in the backfield to number 3, Isaiah Gates. But he was met by an edge rusher from Warrenton, the Warriors, and was able to get brought down in the backfield. So the Dutchmen are facing a very long second down here with their backs against their own end zone.
We know Blake Elliott has that arm. We also know he's got the legs.
Kyle, it's about 2nd and 20 for us here. Ball is snapped. Elliott's in his own end zone. Launches it to his right to Zayden Gates, and we're going to get it back to about where we started on first down.
So we got some positive movement there. That's great. If we can back it up with another one, we've got a good chance of getting that first down. Let's go, boys.
Absolutely. We just absolutely do not want to punt from our own end zone. 3rd and 11 now. All right, ball is snapped. Blake Elliott drops back. He's throwing downfield. Oh, my goodness. He had a man on the sideline.
And
it looked like he was
Elliott going, or not Zayden Elliott, he had Zayden Gates going down right along the hashes, just a little overthrown.
Absolutely. Had some options there. Maybe just looked like the timing was off a little bit.
Just a little quicker. You know, that edge rush there for the Warriors, you know, they've gotten through a couple times and they've been able to stop the run a little bit. So, you know, you might be thinking about that.
Looks like they were getting into a punt formation here. We're probably going to see a punt deep in our own territory. Probably a good call here, Coach. I'm not really sure who the Dutchman punter is these days.
We're going to find out. Quick little doozy. Up to about the 37, 36-yard line.
Didn't get a lot of that one, Coach.
No, and, you know, I think punting is one of those underrated things. Yeah, I think it's a lot, underrated. It's a lot harder than what you think it is.
Yeah, that's not an easy task. I remember one of the best punters that I remember punting for the Dutchman was actually a quarterback at the time, Nathan Cooper.
Yes.
Man, he could boot the football.
I'm going to talk about an arm and a leg. That guy did it all.
He really did. He was a fantastic athlete. And for those that are listening, if you didn't know, Nathan went on to play, I believe, Division II college football at Campbellsville University, and I believe he holds pretty much all of the passing records there.
Yeah, he was a darn good quarterback for the Dutchmen, helping us out for a lot of victories, and I believe
led the team to the Dome.
Absolutely.
That was his
there we go.
junior year.
Our kids know how to spell, Coach.
Yes, they do. Cheerleaders have got the ozone fired up here on a Friday night at Dutchman Field. Dutchmen are getting ready to take the field again, it looks like. There might have been a timeout after the change of possession there. Defense, got to tip our hat to the defense. They've been on the field a lot this half. They really have. And, you know, they came in knowing that Warrenton had some speed on the outside with their wide receivers and that they have a very good quarterback. But all in all, they've done a pretty good job limiting them.
Yeah. And, you know, we got, looks like Henry Leb again, Hayden Shoemaker. I'm trying to see who all we got out there, but maybe Landon Disselkamp again.
Takes it to the right and is going to get about 3 yards, it looks like, number 7. Number 7 had the initial rushing touchdown, I believe, for them.
Yes, that's the Haas boy, I do believe.
Austin Haas. There's another good Austin that used to play for the Owensville Dutchmen as well. That'd be Austin Louder. That is Mrs. Quatermas's favorite student ever. She told me that the other day in class.
You know, I like to give those boys on the line some love. I've been listening to the Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey podcast, and you know, linemen deserve love. They do a lot of that grunt work right there.
Yeah, they don't get their name called over the intercom, but the people that get their name called over the intercom don't get it called without the linemen. Number 17 for Warrenton, the Warriors, made a guy miss, and he is going to get, if he didn't get a first down, he's close.
While you guys were watching that ball move, you back it up real quick. You're going to watch Hayden Shoemaker take his lineman all the way like 5 yards deep in a matter of seconds. That boy was pushing a sled.
I can tell you right now, Coach Dave, if I was lined up opposite
laying down
of Hayden Shoemaker, there would not even be any reeling. It would just be a pancake. I would be a pancake on the field. They'd have to literally get a spatula and pull me off.
Yep.
All right, the ball is snapped. Blondin rolls out to his right, completes the pass. It's going to be a first down, number 17.
Looks like Zayden Gates got him out of bounds right away.
It's going to be good enough for a first down by the Warriors. But is that a yellow flag I see in the backfield?
Yes, it is.
I think I heard him say it's on the Braves. Are they the Braves? I've been calling them the Warriors all day.
Hey, let me turn this paper over. No, they're the Warriors.
They're the Warriors. Oh, he said Warriors. I don't know.
We're not sure what we heard, but
I must be thinking about the Cardinal game I watched the other night. They were playing the Braves. Anyways, that's going to be a big play for us. Penalty on the Warriors is going to make it third down and about 11. So hopefully we can hold them here. They have gone for it a few times on fourth down, though. And they're in the Dutchman territory. They might go for it again on fourth down. Ball snap. Blondin drops back. He is looking downfield. He's got a couple guys he's throwing for.
He made that reception.
It is caught.
At about the 3-yard line.
I mean, he threw that ball in traffic. He kind of had two guys there, two of our guys there, but quarterback was able to find one of his guys and connect. So they're going to be knocking on the door here. It's going to be getting pretty tight going into halftime if we can stop them, as it's a one-score game right now. So the Dutchmen are going to try to hold here. Blondin is under center. He steps back, throws, or doesn't throw it. He hands it off to his running back, and it's going to look like he's in for the touchdown.
He just kept pushing there. Looks like one Dutchman held his hand up like we held him.
Quarterback gave the handoff and then gave a little a fake toss there. Penice just calls 2nd and goal at the Dutchman 1-yard line. So they are knocking on the door, folks. And it looks like a quarterback sneak, reaches across the goal line. I haven't seen a signal. Oh, the judge closest to us has signaled touchdown, was able to reach right across. That's going to make it 20-7 Warriors. And I'm going to assume they're going to set up for the extra point because they've made the first 2 extra points.
Yeah, you know, and maybe we'll get our hands up and block that ball. You don't get too many block kicks out there, but I think in high school ball you get a couple more than you see anywhere else. So,
oh, yeah, a field goal is definitely not an automatic in high school.
Let's see who we can get to jump. Let's go, boys.
Here come the Dutchmen. Ball is up. It is through the uprights. That's going to make it 21-7 Warriors, with the Dutchmen getting the ball here in just a moment. You can see the Dutchmen coming off the field here. Number 9, Elliott there, giving us boys some high fives. Try to get back on track here on this offensive series. So you see Coach Howard on screen there. I've mentioned it before in this broadcast that Coach Howard is in his first year as the Dutchman head football coach. He's got the Dutchman off to a 2-0 start, and he's doing a great job, Coach.
Yeah, I think Coach Howard is one of the elite coaches we have on staff here at Owensville. I would not say we have a single bad coach on our staff. Everybody roots for each other. Everybody works hard. Everybody's got a great attitude. And let me tell you, Coach Howard is up here in the morning at 5 a.m. getting his own workout in, then getting his boys, and we got some girls in the weight room. And then he works the classroom, and he works hard in the classroom, and then he comes out for practice and goes home and goes to bed. I mean, that's the kind of guy you want to work for. That's the kind of guy that you want as your coach.
Absolutely. It's truly fair to say. It's not, corny at all to say he's sometimes the first guy to show up here and the last guy to leave.
Oh, absolutely.
Does it quite often, actually. That was an interesting kick there. I was down on the sideline earlier. They looked like they ran the onside kick. Unfortunately, they recovered it, but that was sort of like, what would you call that, a pooch?
Yeah, well, we bet back in the day we used to have Nick Perush, and he used to kick a high floater like that, but Nick's would go further. And even with Aaron the Boot Budnick, his was just a boot, and he'd send it down, but I can't tell if this kid...
I don't know if they were trying to kick it in a spot and try to recover it, or if it was just a missed kick.
That was what I was thinking.
Ball snapped. It's handed to Isaiah Gates. Takes it to his left, trying to find some room, but they did a good job containing there. He's going to be brought down for about a 2 or 3 yard loss. It's going to be about 2nd and 13, I would imagine.
And it looks like he's waiting for a hole to develop, but by the time he gets outside, those holes just close up on him, and he's not able to find what he wants.
Number 3, Isaiah Gates, is a little bit slow to get up there. It looks like maybe an ankle, something with a leg. He's going to come back to the sideline for a play or two.
But I bet we're going to be throwing in maybe 45.
Yeah, Jaden Gerleman seems to be a guy that I would trust in the backfield holding that ball. Going to give you a good run every single time he's back there. That's a great shot there by Grace Abel. We're going to go to the rooftop cam here. Overthrown just a little bit. Very nearly a lateral, too. They are lucky that was not a fumble. If you throw the ball backwards, ladies and gentlemen, that is a live ball when it hits the ground because it's considered a lateral. But
you could see the Warrenton Warriors looking at that, hoping that was the case. But
yeah, from here, a little bit tough to see. It had to be close.
3rd and 13.
3rd and 13. Coach Dave, I would really like to see Blake Elliott open it up here and throw it downfield.
And we have some speedy wide receivers there. I don't, I'm not the coach. I'm not going to make that call, but I'd love to see it.
I would love to see it. It looks like we have a little bit of pre-snap movement, or maybe offsides to some degree. Yeah, it's going to be
on the defense.
Encroachment on the defense.
Let's go, Dutchman. Let's go.
Got a little bit of an early jump there. We will take that. That will definitely help us out. Man, there's just something about a field level camera that I just love to see. It's just a view that you don't really get from the stands by any means, but you get it when you're down on the sideline like that, and just makes the game a lot more personal. You kind of see the speed at which it's moving. We're going to stay on the sideline cam for this one. See Grace follow this play. Ball is snapped. Elliott steps back. He's got somebody in his face right now. Is able to throw the ball, and it is incomplete down the field. Just missed his target there.
And it was number 48 pursuing him again from the Warriors team. 48 again, senior in the backfield over and over. So that guy's got to be good. I wish I had some more stats on him, but I can't find anything on Max Preps for the individual stats for the Warriors. Looks like the Dutchmen have stats in there, and we're able to see some stuff. But for the Warriors, unfortunately, we're not able to notice that.
All right, we'll give the sideline cam another go on this play. It's going to be a punt. Ball is punted.
That one went up.
This one's a little bit better here. It's going to be going to get across midfield. Warriors are going to take over on their, looks to be the 46. We are down to 4 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the first half. I want to give a quick shout out here. Kyle Bowman, he's helping us run run the computer, all the things that you're seeing on screen, the downs. Doing a great job for us, junior here at Owensville High School, and he is one of the stars of the short series that you'll see airing at the end of the newscast, Outbreak. You'll be seeing that. Last year we had Breakout. This year we have Outbreak.
And we got to see a little bit of a preview, and it was awesome.
Absolutely. We're excited to see that develop. So Dutchmen are going to try to stop here. Ball snapped. Number 7 is going to give it a run.
Looks like he gained about 1 yard.
Yeah, that was a good stop by our men up front. Man, David, it'd be really awesome to get a stop here and try to get in before half.
Yeah.
Make this a one-score game. You know that's got to be what's on the coaches' minds.
And, it looks like we've just been beat by a couple deep passes. It's not like we're getting beat over and over.
No.
They pick up a big 30-yarder on us, and then they're close to the end zone. So we get one stop, another pick maybe.
They haven't really ran the ball too much on us. They had the one rushing touchdown, but aside from that, most of their yards have come through the air on big plays.
Yeah. I think our linemen are.
This is going to be a rushing play. Man, he looked like he was shot out of a cannon out of the backfield.
Seems like every time we talk about rushing, they figure out what to do.
Yeah, maybe we should just stop talking about it.
Yeah, keep passing, boys.
We have had one interception on defense thus far, and we've also had one that was nearly picked off by freshmen. You see Will Johnson there on the sideline from our sideline cam with Grace. Will Johnson has missed only one Dutchman football game since he took over.
Will the Thrill, what a great guy. The ball is snapped, and we took him down as quick as he got it.
I think Mr. Felix Guerrero is really starting to get comfortable on that camera. He's doing a great job up there on top of the press box with our camera that you see on screen right now. Grace Abel down the sideline.
We got a nice pickup there of Logan Bailey, number 25. He just wrapped that guy up. He's been in and out, making moves. He is one of our linebackers and a running back on offense. But I think he's looking really strong right now on defense.
He really is. He came up with the, I believe, the fumble earlier. Been a exciting game, to say the least, so far, with some big plays, some turnovers. Ball snap, Blondin drops back. He's looking deep downfield again. And this ball, my word, I don't think that was caught personally. I don't think the referee had the same angle I did. But
and the other ref didn't look like he could get down there in time.
Right. I mean, regardless, it was a fantastic
he laid out. He jumped.
He laid out. Yeah, you got to give it to the guy. That was a great play by him. But to me, it looked like the ball might have been trapped on the ground. Obviously, they don't have the luxury of video replay. Oh, great hands there by number, is a single-digit number out there. I don't know who that was. Maybe 3. I think that was Isaiah Gates.
Again.
Yeah, playing both sides of the ball and playing them both competitively and well.
And I think you probably gain a little bit of advantage. Of course, you're going to be tired out there because you're playing both, but, as a running back, you know what you're looking for. You can kind of see those plays develop a little bit. As a wide receiver playing DB, you can see those plays develop, and you can kind of get a good understanding of what's about to happen. Of course, there's always tricks, but it might help you a little bit.
Absolutely. We're second and goal here. They got about 2 yards, 1 yard to go.
Big power formation here.
Give it to the fullback, and, man, they just they didn't have far to go there. There wasn't much the Dutchmen could do to stop that one. The Warriors have gotten in again. It's going to be 27-7. They're going to line up for another field goal here to try to make it 28-7.
And again, I think on that play there, it was one big pass that got him right on the doorsteps to be able to just jump on in.
Absolutely, and as the score might look a little lopsided right now, it hasn't actually felt that way.
No, I still feel like we are in this game. They're just making a couple big plays every now and then.
Oh man, we were in the backfield there. It looked like we had a chance to block that one, but that's going to make it 28-7, ladies and gentlemen. Kyle, can you cue up a commercial for us real quick?
Hi, I am Woody Schlottick, and
Lakeside Book Company, we're a book manufacturing company. We make books from start to...
My name is Megan Jost. I am the loan officer at First State Community Bank at our Gerald branch.
The community involvement that we do here at the bank is, for example, we're going to be up at the tailgate this next Friday when you guys play Sullivan. We'll be up there doing that. We are very active in the community. We are part of the Owensville Chamber of Commerce. Basically, anything that we can do to help better Owensville, we will do that.
At our Gerald branch for First State Community Bank, we are involved in with the Chamber. We also promote and sponsor the half-court shot at the OHS basketball games. And we also do different outreach programs with golf outings. We're a supporter of the Gascony County Fair, 4-H, and FFA.
Yes, we do employ OHS students. Right now we have Lane Vincent that works for us, who goes to school part-time and comes and helps us out here at the bank.
All right, we are back in action here at Dutchman Field. Shout out to First State Community Bank. They let us come in and film a commercial for them with TV Studio a couple years ago. I don't know that I've ever seen this, Coach Day. There must have been offsides on the kickoff
There is
something
something white down there, and I don't know what that is.
On the field?
On the field.
Oh, his towel. His towel came off him.
Okay, well, that's irrelevant. But
I believe the stoppage of play there on the kick was actually because the kicking team was offsides, meaning they crossed the ball before the ball was kicked.
If you folks just watch that, Jaden Gerleman ran the ball all the way back to the official.
Ran all the way back.
What a nice kid. You can't say good enough things about him.
As we are getting towards the end of the first half here, the band is getting ready. The band is on the field. No, I'm just kidding. They're on the field. If you know the old Stanford play, you know what I'm talking about. But the ball is kicked. That would be what I call squibber. A little bit misplayed at first, but picked up by, I think, Isaiah. He's got a lane.
Oh, one man, and we would have had about 10 more yards.
Yeah, gets it to the 40. With 2:20 left in the first half. Going to try here to see if we can get
let's cut that deficit in half. Let's bring them back to 14-28. Let's go, Dutchman.
Had some people asking online when we were posting about the live feed that you all are watching if the band would be featured at halftime, and absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, at halftime here, I'm going to go down and take the field cam. We're going to turn the mic on that. Going to do a little switcheroo. Grace is going to go to the top, and we're going to videotape the band at half.
Ball snap, but it looks like we got wrapped up in the backfield.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to get any positive yards out of that. It's going to set up what looks to be about a 2nd and 13-ish. The angle that you will see during halftime of the band is going to be an on-field angle. The way our setup is, we can't really go back and forth. We have to choose the audio from one camera, so it would sound a bit strange if we kept alternating because one would be louder, one would be softer. So we're going to do the on-field camera, try to get you some close-ups of our band so you can see them all. All right, Dutchmen are down. Ball is snapped. We've got people, tons of people in the backfield. Somehow Blake escapes, and he finds Chase Crosby is able to reel it in, but unfortunately, the catch brought him to the ground, which in high school, if you're on the ground, oh my goodness, he looks like he might be hurt. Hopefully, he looks like he's cramped up, Coach.
Coach Howard, he knows how to take care of cramps, all right? We get him on the stretching crew during track season, but hey, we got Doc Edwards down there. He'll take care of you. I'd much rather see a cramp up than anything else. You know, most of the time you can just get some, I know it's going to sound cheesy, but get some electrolytes in you, get some water back in you.
Absolutely.
For these boys here, I see them walking around all day. I don't know about you, but they're hydrated.
Yes, I typically don't allow drinks in the computer lab, especially open containers, but I know that any athlete needs to be getting that water intake in. They're walking around with jugs of water.
Yep, 1 gallon at a time. So, you know, sometimes you got to make sure you dilute that a little bit with some salt or, you know, I don't know, some powder mix that's going to give you a little bit more than just water. Maybe some flavor.
For those curious, Crosby is up now. He is doing just fine, walking on the sidelines, trying to walk it off. Looks like it is just a bit of a cramp, but was able to reel in that catch and make it about a manageable 3rd and 3 here. Elliott drops back to pass. He's got guys in his face already. Ooh. Oh, and a completed pass to
Tanner Meyer, I think.
Hopefully they give him the forward progress there, which it looks like they are, and that's going to be a Dutchman first down.
There was a big hit at the end he took, but it looks like Tanner Meyer just bounces back again.
You call that, young man, a pinball.
Dang right.
I been playing fantasy football for quite a long time. If my good buddy Kyle Bauer's watching this, he would remember the good old days of Mojo D. Have you ever heard of Mojo D, Dave?
I absolutely have not.
He was they would call him a pinball running back, bowling ball for the Jacksonville Jaguars back in the early, about the mid-2000s, maybe 2005, 2012, something like that. But Maurice Jones-Drew, he was a great running back.
Okay, I do remember Maurice Jones-Drew. I picked him up. My first year playing fantasy football was the year the Saints won it. I believe that was 2009, maybe 2010 for the actual Super Bowl. And I don't know if I had Maurice Jones-Drew, but I do remember the name still at that point in time.
Yeah, he was one of my first running backs. Mojo D is what I think it was a common nickname, but maybe not. You can see the ozone here. They are hyped up. It is 28-7, but they are still out here ready to support the Dutchmen. All right, we are back in action here with a first down here at midfield. Trying to get in before half. Very close to defense getting across before the snap of the ball. Elliott rolls out to his left and just is not able to get enough on that ball to get it to his wide receiver.
And it seems like the Warriors here are playing good defense. They're trusting their backs, and they're just bringing an extra rusher every time from that linebacker spot.
Yeah, our line is there's more guys coming than we have protecting.
And, you know, Blake is good at scrambling, but they keep on having a couple guys in his way to go for a run. They got a couple guys in his way to make the pass. And then as he's scrambling to the left, that's just a tough pass to make when you're a right-handed quarterback.
Yeah, I don't care what level of football you're playing at, whether it be high school, college, or professional. Throwing on the run is not an easy thing to do. Some of those guys on Sundays in the NFL make it look easy. Oh, man, Elliott is hit in the backfield. The ball is on the ground, but it looks like we were able to come up with it.
Yeah, if you think you can throw as you roll to the left, go out and try it in your backyard and actually try to run and then throw it and see how far it goes. I mean,
not an easy thing to do.
And then send us a video of it. I'd love to watch those.
We one of the scariest plays for me for a quarterback is obviously getting hit from your blind sign. That's why the left tackle for a right-handed quarterback is so important. But that one, Elliott didn't see the guy coming. Always just scares me with when the arm goes back. Got guys swiping at that arm. Just want to make sure our guys are all right. All right, Elliott is ready to receive the snap. And it looks like he's going to run it. He's got some room, ladies and gentlemen. He is off. And he got the first down, I think, by my judgment.
He looked like he went around the post, and then it looked like he got knocked out of bounds.
I think so. That is going to be a Dutchman first down. A strong run by Elliott after getting hit in the backfield is going to make it 1st and 10 from about the Warrior 39.
Did we got about 8 seconds left on that game clock?
Yeah, we might be taking a chuck for the end zone here, trying to dial up the best hook and ladder that we got in the playbook.
And, you know, I like that play, and at the same time, I would love to see Johannes come out and put a big boot because I know I've seen those videos of him kicking a 50-yarder.
He's kicked a 50-yard field goal?
Well, I think so. I don't want to say
That's
for
a boot.
sure, but I know that they had videos of somebody kicking a big one. Now, clearly, there's not the same amount of pressure. You're not wearing the pads. You don't have guys running at you as hard, so things are different.
Sure.
But, hey.
That's still a boot.
I don't think I could kick it from the goal line, so. No, but I definitely think we're going for it here. We got nothing to lose, everything to gain.
I really think, and it's hard. I mean, I don't know. I think people don't understand how hard some things are sometimes watching them on TV, and also if they only watch the professionals do it. But my goodness, throwing, I mean, the ball's at the 39. Blake Elliott is going to have to drop back, give his receiver some time to get down the field. If he's actually throwing to the end zone, this ball is going to have to travel somewhere around 45 to 50 yards in the air. That's a lot harder than it looks.
Yes. We've got our backup quarterback on the outside.
I really think some sort of trickery here, like a hook and ladder or something, throw it down the field with a crossing guy to toss it off. But that's a very coordinated play and tough to do. He's got Tanner Meyer. Can he get down and get –
Tanner
he's trying to make a play.
Guy. Oh, and he's – keep going.
Oh, but the clock has expired. It was a great play. I didn't know if we could get down. I don't know if we had any timeouts left. It looks like the scoreboard, timeouts left. We did not have any timeouts left, so we were going for broke there.
You know, we got to walk out of this halftime with some confidence. That way we can walk back in. These boys are jogging off like they know it's not over. We came to fight for 4 quarters, not 2.
Absolutely. So, Kyle, if you could stay with us for just a moment, I'm going to go down to the sideline, grab that camera. Coach, if you want to do a little bit of talking, you can. If not, totally up to you. But, Kyle, dial me up and give me some audio on that camera so we can showcase our Owensville High School band.
All right, so, hey, I'll give you guys a little bit of talking. I was a part of the marching band for 4 years, and before that I had about 3 years where I worked with a little bit of the set crew in the pit. I know the level of work these guys put in. They show up at 7:15, 7:30 every morning. They wheel all this stuff out that you're seeing. That's their pit. They call them the pit. That's your vibes, that's your xylophones, your bass drum, your gong. We have a keyboard now. We didn't have too many keyboards back when I was in band, but we have a strong pit, and then your marching band marches, I don't know, roughly, maybe 30, 20 different sets through each different section of the show. So normally you play 2 or 3 songs. Most bands do 3. And while you're doing that, you have to memorize your music. You don't see anybody out there with music. And maybe they do right now, but whenever they actually go to field shows in October, they're going to have no music. And they have to memorize all their different sets. You have to coordinate it with your color guard. So I play the tuba, and, you're trying to avoid getting hit by the color guard. You're trying to avoid getting somebody backing into you. We used to go to Washington on the first Saturday in October, and then we'd follow that up with another marching competition the next weekend. And basically your whole month of October was spent Saturday mornings, waking up at 5 a.m., getting on a bus, showing up to the location that you were about to perform at. You would maybe get a snack, you would get dressed in your uniform, and then you'd start warming up. And you warmed up for about 30 to 45 minutes before the show, and then it was game time. It was show time. And you would walk out there, and it's you and your people, and it's basically a performance. It's just like a football game. It's just like a basketball game. You got to know what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to play. And these kids, they do it for weeks on end, learning it, and then they come in here during school. And like I said, they start before school every single day. They're out here a couple nights a week working from probably about 5:30 to 6, and then they keep working up until I probably guess 7:30. So they're getting a couple hours in at night, plus at least an hour in the morning. So while a lot of us don't really know too much about the band, I do think it's important to, show them the respect, because they are working hard. They are, they're getting graded for this. So it's I don't know what that was, but that sounded really cool. But yeah, this is a performance. So some people are good at athletic endeavors, other people are good at both. But I know for a fact this band, these kids take pride in what they do, and they work hard at it. All right, it looks like Mr. Orff was giving us a thumbs up, so he's going to ask Bruce Penites a question here in a minute, and Bruce is going to get our drum major ready to go. So
Now here in the field is your 2023 Marching Dutchmen. The band is under the direction of Angel Wolf, Michelle Johnson, and Hillary Winter. This year's field show is entitled Angels and Demons. The band is under the field command of drum major Bailey Dare, featuring solos by Anna Beeblader and Delaney Heslin, featuring visual solo by Taylor Snodgrass. Drum major, is your band ready? You may take the field for halftime performances.
All right, guys. So that was our Dutchmen marching band. You can hear them through my mic up here. That's not even through the camera. You know, that's one thing. Come out here, experience what a marching band sounds like in person is a lot different than what you're going to hear on the camera. They sounded really good. And one thing, I love this. I love the little cadence they're doing here as they're marching off. It's one of my favorite things that we used to do, you know. You want to keep that stoic face the entire time, and you might have sweat dripping off your nose. But you just keep that stone cold killer face out there. I loved it. So yeah, they only marched 2 of their songs. I don't know if they have 3 or not. I don't get to see Mr. Orff. My room is actually on the complete opposite end of the building from him. But, you know, most of the time you get 3 songs out there. You go out there, you play your first one. As soon as you hit that last set, your drum major is going to turn around, give a bow to the audience. She's going to turn back around, and she's going to count you off for your next song. So, I mean, you might get a 20-second break in between there. So, you know, you're playing for 3 minutes. You're marching around the field for 3 minutes. You know, you're trying to breathe the best you can. I'm a 5'5" individual carrying a tuba, so I know how tough it can be for some of them. It's a workout. It is a great workout. It's an awesome thing to be a part of. So if you're in band, I salute you. Stay in it. Keep having fun. Clearly, if you guys saw, there was a really awesome moment that Mr. T was able to capture there on the camera, and it was Hayden Shoemaker, one of our big linemen, our senior lineman, 63, a captain on our team. He's playing the trumpet out there, and then you saw him jog off. We have a number of cross-country kids on the team, and they're also in the band. And then we even have some softball players, and I'm not 100% sure if we have any volleyball players, but I know our drum major is a softball player. We also have a couple freshman girls that are also softball and band students. And then we had a bunch there in the pit, and I think a couple out there marching that are on the cross-country team. So it's awesome to see kids being involved in multiple things, getting out there and doing great stuff. So we still have a couple minutes left on our halftime. I can't see the scoreboard, but it looks like we have about 8 minutes left on halftime. So we're going to play a couple ads here, let you guys get a couple ads again. Again, shout out to our local businesses. It's awesome for them, and just take a look at this real quick.
I've been at Peterson Oil for a little over 4 years now, and I really enjoy it. When you come into Peterson Oil, you can expect kindness and very caring people to take care of you. Our customer service is great. We're always here to answer the phone, drop off payments, take care of your needs, and be there for you. On a daily basis, I do mainly the secretarial things. I send out all of your statements. I take all of your phone calls, make sure the guys get to their appointments on time for scheduling, and that their routes are done in the morning for the day so that they can get to you guys to deliver and take care of what you need. What I would say is special about Peterson Oil, they're a very family-oriented company, very involved with their employees and with their customers. We care a lot about the community, and we make sure that everyone's taken care of. We always go to the local fairs around here, and we make sure we support the local 4-H and the schools here. Requirements to work here: if you are a driver, you must have your CDL and hazmat to make sure you have all your driving records done on a Class A, and you must be 21 years old to drive, considering you have to deal with hazmat. And to get your CDL, you must be 21. To work in the office, you have to be 18 and have good customer managerial skills, and basically that's about it. What inspires me to work here is the great coworkers that you get to be around constantly every day, and the community here is great, dealing with the customers, and just the overall environment of everyone here is really good.
Lakeside Book Company, we're a book manufacturing company. We make books from start to finish. anywhere from school books for children in school to the books you are using right now for your schoolwork, to books for the military, things like that. A couple things that we do for our community: we do the tailgates at the Owensville football games, we do food drives, and here coming up we are doing a blood drive for the community as well. We do hire high school students, anyone 16 and up we do hire for part-time, flexible shifts, choose your own hours, no minimum number of hours required, so your schedule is completely up to you. You can apply online at lakesidebookcompany.com. You'll want to choose careers, and then you'll search the Owensville location and you'll see the application on there. If that doesn't work, you could always come stop by our office and apply inside. You'll be doing some general picking work, which could be simply putting books in boxes, pushing books in boxes down the line, picking work orders for customers, pretty simple things, nothing to do with machinery or anything like that.
Hi, I'm Blake Adams. I've been working at Lakeside Booking Company for 6 months. I make $12.40 an hour and I get paid every 2 weeks. There's an app that they give you when you get hired, which makes you pick your hours whenever you want. So that's really flexible. Like, I don't want to work weekends, I'd rather go hang out with friends. So I don't work weekends, and then I work normally 3 days a week. My favorite thing to do there is working on a line. It makes time go by really fast because I'm constantly doing something and then sending boxes down the rollers and stuff to be picked up and shipped out.
A chill environment with a lot of creative ideas. I edit and sit at my computer along with contacting clientele and responding to their inquiries. Anything local. I have a BIM location with trees that I really enjoy, along with our property at home. The creativity and the art behind it. I really enjoy being able to work with others and get to know my clients as well.
So we do tires, exhaust, brakes, oil changes, and simple services like that.
All right, guys, it looks like our Dutchmen are back on the field. Looks like Warrenton is back out there. We are just a few minutes away from kicking off that second half. We are actually 1 minute and 8 seconds away. A couple little things I picked up, went over into the broadcasting booth, actually the announcing booth. We are the broadcasting booth. And I found out one of the plays was a helmet-to-helmet contact. So we do know that that's not allowed, and that's a penalty. So when you lead with the crown, you cannot make contact with their helmet. The other thing that me and Coach Airing were talking about, the field goal that we attempted and we missed, they got to reset at the 25-yard line because we ended up getting that ball tipped. Had we not gotten the tip, or sorry, their team not tipped the kick, we would have reset it at the 3-yard line where we kicked it from, or where we snapped it from. So that was just a couple clarity issues in case anybody at home was still curious about that, or anybody at home was trying to let us know. I'm sorry, we did not look at the comments, but we did find out from Bruce Penites and Derek Tyree. They are both working the press box up here. Looks like we got some footballs being thrown out by some of our underclassmen and injured boys, and our student section is going crazy. They're saying, hit me, I'm open. I would love to somebody just fit one right through this window we've got, but you know what? That's probably not going to happen. Kyle gave us a great view of that student section going crazy for footballs. Looks like they're about out. So, yep, that's the hand sign of we don't have any more. So you can see our Dutchman over there on the sideline stretching out. One of those things that you get when you stand on the sideline is you get a little stiff. Stiff in the hips, stiff in the legs, in the knees, ankles. Luckily for tonight, we're not too chilly. I think we're probably still in the 70s, maybe a little cooler than that. If I check my forecast right now, it looks like we are 67 degrees outside. So, folks, it is a great night for high school football. The Dutchmen are going to make a strong rally cry. We're going to go back. We've got Cale Walker, a freshman there, number 40. Getting some highlight reel time right there. And you can see both teams making it to the sideline. The Dutchmen are huddled up. Coach Howard's going to give them a pep talk, and we're going to get fired up for this second half. Looks like Bowman is getting somebody stretched out a little bit here on the sideline, making sure we're ready to go for the second half.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from halftime.
How was that concession stand line?
Long.
That's a good sign for Owensville Dutchmen.
It is. And actually, I'm going to mute myself one more time. We got a new cameraman on top of the box. I'm going to go talk to them real quick.
So, folks, when you come out here to Dutchman Field, we do have a great concession stand ran by our Owensville Booster Club. They are great. They work our football concessions, and if I'm not mistaken, I do believe we also run the track and the baseball and softball and soccer games. They also are super supportive of all the sports teams. We talked about this at our Jamboree. They are always willing to help a team out. If you need something, they will help you. Softball and baseball have gotten pitching machines. They've gotten pitch-through nets, batting cages. Well, not batting cages, but items for the batting cages. They've helped purchase bats. Cross country has gotten heart rate monitors. Football teams always, they have a lot of stuff that they get through the actual athletic department, but they also are always in need of stuff, and the Booster Club's always willing to give. They helped out wrestling with some bags for travel. The list goes on. Soccer gets bow nets to kick through. There's just a ton of stuff that our Booster Club does. They help out a bunch, and they're always looking for more people. So the first Wednesday of every month, the Booster Club is willing to have a meeting, and anybody can show up. It looks like we are about to kick off. The Dutchmen are kicking off to Warrenton. And we got a nice drum roll going on. Fingers in the air. Ooh. We start the game off at the 30-yard line, and it looks like we're wrapping them up immediately. I wish it could have been a tackle for loss. They got it to the 28-yard line, and then the Dutchmen jumped all over them. Looked like number 26, Chase Crosby, in again. Doing work tonight, Chase. Way to go, buddy. All right, so we have 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. And here we go, Dutchman D. Let's hold them. The ball is snapped. Number 1 drops back. He goes deep. First play. Ooh. And great breakup. Not sure who I'm seeing there. I'm sorry, they're on the far side of the field, so I'm not able to see that. But I do believe that might have been Landon Eli playing on the outside. I think that's number 20. I say that because we have been having Chase Crosby out there on the outside, but I do believe Chase was still on the sideline. All right, Warrenton comes to the line. 2nd and 10 with the incomplete pass on first down. Dutchman on the line. Let's go, D. Isaiah Gates goes into the back, and it's a handoff. Isaiah Gates is going to wrap him up with a little help from, I believe, Luke Reed.
And it looks like we are now on 3rd down, Dave. We were able to keep him from getting the first there.
That's what I like to see. Great job wrapping them up, boys. Sometimes, you can give a couple inches, but don't give them the whole thing.
Absolutely.
So it's interesting. Warrenton comes out with one big pass, then a run. So they're mixing it up. Let's see what we see on 3rd down. Oh, and a delayed handoff, but we're in the backfield, and we smothered him. Great job, defense.
That's going to force a 4th down. If it's anything like the first half, Dave, they went for it on 4th down quite often.
And they're about at the same spot on the field where they decided to go for it in the first half. So I don't see any change of personnel. I'm going to guess they're going for it.
That's becoming a lot more common in high school football, it feels like. It feels like a lot more people they're going to chance it. We saw that in the Jamboree, too.
And you know what? At this point in time, they're up 3 scores. Maybe they go for it just because they're willing to risk it a little bit. But let's see what the Dutchmen can do. We have 4th and 3, 4th and 4. Let's hold them, D. Snap. Number 1 looks. He's scrambling. And are we going to wrap him up? That guy is a little quicker than I thought he was.
This is really the first time we've seen him take off tonight. Oh, my gosh. That drew a flag, but my God, that was a big hit on the sideline by one of our guys.
Was that good old Tanner Meyer?
That was, yeah.
I don't know what the flag's for.
I'm going to say it's a bit of unnecessary roughness. I don't think you're...
Maybe he was out of bounds already?
Yeah, or he was giving himself up, and it just was, I guess, unnecessary. I'm not really sure. I guess we'll wait and see here.
Okay. We'll listen for Bruce Penites.
It is going to be a penalty on the Dutchman here. Also, we're going to try to get our clock fixed here. It's going at about double speed, so don't have a reason for that. I'm going to let Coach Dave take the play-by-play here as I work on the computer.
Our chain gang is hopping their way down the field. And by hopping, I mean running. They're just moving at a pretty good clip. That is one group of people that are out there every single time. Rain, shine, snow, it don't matter. They're always there. Ball is snapped, and they hand it off to their running back, number 7. And we are bringing him down for, looks like about a 7 or 8 yard gain. Austin Haas. So far, I've really only heard about 2 big names in this game, their quarterback and their running back. I know they've made a couple big passes, but I have not paid too much attention to who they're getting it to, so I don't know if it's the same guy over and over or not. 2nd and 2.
Dutchmen really need to come up with a stop here. We don't want this to get any more out of hand.
And here we go. Ball snapped. And it looks like we're going on an out and a breakup. Looks like we could have almost grabbed that thing, but we got our hand in there.
Great play. Was that Isaiah Gates again?
You know what? If you said it, I'd believe it. But it did look like it was number 3, Isaiah Gates.
Been making big plays all night. That's going to take it to 3rd down. Still got that 3 to go, but I've got to imagine that if they get that, get the 4th down, they're going to go for it from here.
And that was a really great shot there of number 25 on the Dutchman. Good old Logan Bailey.
Had a little bit of a switcheroo here at halftime. Got Granite Miles on the field cam now, and we got Grace Abel on the cam on top of the press box. Number 7 takes it up the middle.
And I think to get a first down. Yeah, looked like just enough. All right, D, we got to hold them here. We got 5 yards. Let's see how much of a brick wall we can get. Big number 50 is coming back in, Landon Disselkamp. You know, just because you're a sophomore that doesn't give you that much more experience than a freshman whenever you're out here playing. So I give props to these sophomores who are out there, and even the freshmen especially. They're out here as underclassmen and holding their own. The ball's snapped. They're handing it off again to the running back, and he's
reaching.
And
he was able to get across. Yeah. So that's going to make it 34-7 for the Warriors. And they came out at halftime. We were hoping the Dutchmen were going to come out hot, but they got the ball first. So we'll get a chance to see the Dutchmen try to respond.
I think they won the coin toss there at the beginning and decided to defer to the second half. And so the Dutchmen, they chose to receive, and I don't know what Coach Howard's philosophy is on winning or losing a kick and what you do, but sometimes it's just a coin toss.
Man, you got to give props to their field goal kicker.
He hasn't missed one yet.
He's been very, very consistent, very consistently good.
And it looks like, they have a good line that's holding our boys back, not letting our guys get any penetration in there to be able to break that thing up. So let's go, Dutchman. Let's get that ball on this kickoff, and let's go to work.
I want to give a big shout-out to everybody who's helped make the broadcast happen. My good friend here, Coach Dave, volunteering to come help out with these broadcasts and does a great job on the mic. You do a great job, Coach.
Thanks, I appreciate it. This is a blast. This is something I've always wanted to do, and whenever you said you were gonna do it, I was like, hey, for a little while, I'll help out. I really like this. I definitely would not say I have a face for radio or face for TV, so I'm gonna go with a voice for radio.
Oh, I don't know about that, Dave. You got a good-looking face.
Well, hey, sometimes I put makeup on, all right, folks, but.
So as they're lined up for the kick here, too, Coach Dave does coach cross-country. You guys are traveling to Lynn tomorrow?
We're headed off to Lynn. We've had a couple cross-country guys on the team out here helping. That kicks up. Looks like we're
kicking it out of bounds, so we're going to get it about the 40, I believe.
I love those tactics. Let's go for it.
Yeah, we'll take that.
So it looks like we had about 3 people on your staff tonight running cross-country. Grace Abel will be with us tomorrow. She's a dual sporter. She plays softball and cross-country, and she's going to run with us tomorrow. And then Kyle Bowman was up here in the box with us, doing a great job on the technology part. Then we had Felix Guerrero handling the upstairs cam. I think he did a great job. He came in here asking for approval, and I said, Felix, nothing but 10s, man, nothing but 10s.
Yeah, first half he did a really good job. And, it was a false start on the kickoff again. It's the second time they've done that. Kind of bailed them out, though, this time because I assume that the Dutchmen got an opportunity to choose what they wanted there, but maybe not. Maybe the offside supersedes that, and it's just a re-kick no matter what. I'm not really sure. Big squib kick right to.
Good hands.
Yeah, great hands on the hands team there. Is that number 20? Number 20 for the Dutchmen.
Landon Eli again.
Landon Eli tonight. That was a. He's a baseball player. I'm not surprised he's got good hands.
Well, yeah, it even looked like he got down like a shortstop would and put that hand, fielded like a glove.
Absolutely. Great job, Landon. That's not an easy thing to do. Football doesn't bounce regularly, so. All right, Dutchmen are going to take it 1st and 10 from about the 49. We're going to start the clock here. Ball's caught on the sideline by Chase Crosby. Is that right?
Is that 26? Looks like it. Yes, sir.
Is Chase Crosby on the sideline. Great job, Chase. Going to talk to coach.
That play was working in the first half at the very beginning, that quick out. Let's see if we keep going with it. We get those guys to bite on the out, then maybe we open up the inside a little bit and get some running going again.
All right, 2nd and 4. Blake Elliott takes a snap, hands it off to Isaiah Gates, who's going to get about 2 yards here, it looks like. Set up for a 3rd down. Number 3 there you can see is Isaiah Gates.
I love those orange and black uniforms on this crisp camera view. Whenever you guys get them up close, that orange and black just pops.
It does. It really does. It looks very good. I like the throwbacks here. I think the throwbacks are cool. Blake is going to do a designed run here. Man, he's going to be 2 yards shy. Got to think that the Dutchmen are more than likely going to go for it here. Would you think?
I would hope so.
At this point in the game, they're on the Warriors side of the field. It does. It looks like Coach Howard has decided to keep the offense out there. Blake Elliott there has taken the call from the sideline.
And I like this. I like this decision. You're down 4 scores.
Shows you got faith in your guys, too.
Absolutely.
Let's get out there. Let's try to get a first down. Let's get back in this ball game here.
Be willing to take a risk.
You're here to compete.
Yep. All right, we got a switch in the backfield, moving Isaiah to the other side. Let's go, boys. And Isaiah Gates picks it up.
First down for the Dutchmen by number
change.
3.
There we go.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we're looking for. The boys are fired up there about that. I want to say that's Austin Mattis, 62. Haven't called that name yet tonight, but it looks like he's on the offensive line. Austin Mattis is a senior.
Yeah, I noticed our senior banners as we came in. That's one of those names that you haven't said too much, but he definitely deserves, all the recognition. You're in the trenches, you're fighting every down. Blake Elliott rolls to the right. He sizes him up, and
oh, man.
Just out of reach. Looked like we touched the fingertips there. And again, Landon Eli is getting some action here. Playing both sides of the ball. That was a great route he ran, great pass, just a little bit out of reach.
I got to give props to Kyle Bowling. He did a great job with our downs, our clock. Didn't know a lot about football when we started, but I think he learned, Coach.
Yeah, he
learned pretty quick.
He's a quick learning person. He's a very smart individual. Blake Elliott makes that pass right into the middle.
Oh, my.
Way to hang on to that ball, Zayden. I do believe that was Zayden Gates.
You got to tip your hat to the Warrior there. That was a great tackle. He didn't get him up high. He wrapped him up down low. That was just textbook tackling.
I've seen that move by the guy named Edge in WWE Friday Night SmackDown with my father back in the day.
Oh, you are a SmackDown fan,
I'm a little bit. Don't watch it too often now, but I've seen that move before. So the fact that he held onto the ball, to me, is very, very impressive. So.
Yeah, that was a big hit. There's no doubt about that. Probably the biggest hit I've seen this evening, but you're right. He held on, so props to Zayden. Elliott's, it looks like encroachment on the defense. They did not time that one up correctly.
46 has been the guy that I've been talking about as that linebacker, coming across that line with all those linemen every time, I think.
Yeah, and he trying to time it up. I mean, if you time it up right, you can kind of blow up a play in the backfield, put a ton of pressure on the quarterback. Time it up wrong, and that's 5 yards and a first down for the Dutchmen.
Let's go, D.
We will take it.
All right, looks like we have a timeout.
Yeah, let's pull over to our sideline cam here, see what Grant has got his eyes on, sees the guys as they're coming off the field. So back to that cross-country meet taking place in Lindemar. You guys have already had 2 meets under your belt, Arnold and New Haven. Talked about New Haven a little bit earlier. First meet of the season, Arnold. What can you tell us about that meet, Coach?
Well, so us and a lot of other teams decide that we like to get a short run in at the beginning of the year. You get a little time trial action in. It kind of gives your team confidence. So we go up to Arnold City Park, right across the Merrimack, and we go on a little 2-mile jump. And I say jump because it's over before you land on the ground again. 2-mile race. It's quick. That course is flat. We get to see some competition. Cuba went up there this year. Sullivan went up there. And so we got to see a couple people from home, and then we got to see a couple teams like Seckman and some other big name schools that, they're Class 4, Class 5, and we're a little Class 3 school. So we get to have some fun with some other people and some competition we don't normally see.
Yeah, you and Coach Candro have done an absolutely awesome job with the program.
We have fun. I think that's the best part about it. We get to have fun every day.
All right, and the Dutchmen are back down the line. Ball is snapped. Elliott looks to his left, and he pump fakes, finds his man.
Ooh.
Oh, just through the wickets.
I believe that might be Landon Eli again, right through those fingertips.
Pretty good pass, though, with the pressure that was coming through. Not terrible. They're going to take a second down. We're in the offensive side of the field here, though. We're attacking, trying to bring the score a little bit closer. Coach Dave, as I look over at the phone over here, we've got a video of the live feed. We can see there's about 47 people watching right now. It's been pretty consistent all evening long, around that 30 to 40 mark. Thank you to everybody that stayed with us here. We hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast.
Absolutely, guys. We really appreciate it.
Oh, blow that one dead, guys.
Wrapped up in the backfield. And so we're only going to lose 5 yards, it looks like.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting where they give us forward progress here. And I think you hit the nail on the head. That looks exactly 5 yards to me, Coach.
I'm going to be honest. I watched the guy walk out, and I got lucky.
That was a good call.
So,
fortunate for the Dutchmen, though.
Yeah. And let me ask you a question. I don't know how many years Landon Eli has been playing football. I don't remember his name last year being called as much, but, I mean, tonight, here in the string of 5 plays, I've said his name 3 times. So
yeah, very involved. Elliott drops back. He's got a lot of pressure in his face from that right side. He's able to get away.
He's still going. Oh,
lays a hit on a guy on the sideline, too. That was.
But it looks like he stepped out of bounds right past the original line of scrimmage.
It was a strong run, though. You got to give him some props on the strong run.
Well, if you were with us during the Jamboree, I mentioned this one time at track practice, Blake Elliott was a brick wall, and I like seeing him delivering the hits instead of being the wall. So drop your shoulder and run, big dog. Let's go.
Yeah, that was he was running with some authority there, and if he had another yard or so on that sideline, you very well might have taken that to the house.
And I don't know how often you get to stand by Blake Elliott, but just in the classroom, he's a monster.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yes.
Very big guy. Strong, athletic. Part of a 4x team, wasn't he?
Yes, and he's smart, too. He's in calculus, and I'm not sure about his science classes, but we're scrambling in the backfield.
Trying to get away. He's going to have to throw. He doesn't have a choice.
Ooh, another one of those in and outs. That was a tough breakup, though.
That was tough. That was, and honestly, we were talking earlier about rolling out and trying to make a play like that. Just a tough play, honestly. But the ball is now going to be in the hands of the Warriors as they try to take the ball downfield. We're at about 4 minutes and 56 seconds left here in this third quarter. Also, just so everybody's aware, the clock is never going to be exactly right. It's not synced up with the actual playfield clock. We are continuously updating this thing, doing the best we can, but you're going to get a general idea of basically where we're at. There's a lot of buttons to click and not enough hands.
You guys, if you came up and seen our setup, you would be impressed by what Mr. T is able to do up here behind this computer while we are working.
Snaps the ball. Ball's running up the middle.
And there goes Haas again.
Oh, my goodness. He's going to have a big run here. We got one last chance, and Tanner was able to get him out. He's down there by our guy, Granite. Granite did a great job of not getting hit with the camera.
You know, I don't think there's many people that are going to outrun Tanner Meyer on that field. So great job, Tanner. Way to cut that edge off and not let him get any further than that.
Absolutely.
So, again, it's a big play, and that's really what I'm seeing here. We do a great job stopping, and then it's just a big play given up, and then a great job stopping, and then a big play. So I think if these boys – I mean, we're 5 plays away from really being in this ball game.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And I know coming into this game, we went over the schedule. Warrenton comes into this game 2-0. Played some pretty tough competition to get their 2 wins. So we knew this was going to be a challenging game. Ball snapped. Blondin throws it out to his side and to the sideline. Number 6 makes the catch, and it is complete.
Another senior on that Warrior team, Ben Peth.
They got a lot of seniors that are really contributing.
Yeah, they do. And I go back to number 48 on the defensive side. I've seen him over that line every time in the backfield. Their quarterback, senior, Charlie Blondin, he's
pretty good.
Throwing that ball up. And it looks like he's got a brother that's also a freshman, and he's a quarterback. So it looks like he's going to graduate, and I would not
pass
doubt.
off the torch.
Yeah, little brother's going to step up.
All right, ball snapped. Number 7 up the gut. He's got some running room.
We stood him up a little bit there, but he got a couple yards before we were able to do so.
It's going to be another first down for the Warriors. It looks like he was stood up by Tanner Meyer in the secondary. Tanner, I'd like to know how many tackles he's got tonight. He's been involved in quite a lot of the plays.
You know, I think that's one of those positions. I think Tanner plays a safety position on our team, and those guys are just breaking through that front line, and Tanner's just there to pick them up. So he's doing a great job stopping and stopping and stopping.
Yeah, right now you can kind of see Tanner. He's got his feet on the goal line right there in the shot. He is playing that safety spot. You are right, Dave. You've got that pinpointed.
It looks like right now, before this game, Jaden Gerleman leads the team in solo tackles of 14 and total tackles of 19. So he's a big piece in there, and Jaden's sorry about that, guys.
Looks like they got to about the 1 yard line on that completion, but continue on about Jaden, Coach.
Yeah, it looks like, but Jaden looks like he's leading the team in tackles before tonight with 19 total. So, you know, he's a wrecking ball there in the middle, playing that linebacker position. So I can't see exactly where Tanner's at on that list, but I'm going to look here and dig a little deeper.
And these stats have come from the first 2 games this season where the Dutchmen have fared really well. They had a great first week in Cuba, scored a lot of points. And then they traveled to Eldon and played in a really close game against a really good team and came away with a win there at the lake. I'm going to say there was an offsides there on that one, Coach. Yep, offsides on the offense.
I'll take
back
that.
5. Still first and goal here. Late in the third quarter. We got 3 minutes and 40 seconds left.
First and goal from the 6-yard line there. Thanks, Bruce.
We mentioned Bruce a few times tonight. I want to give another shout out to some other. I use the term local legend a lot. That's one of the things that I say for people who have been in this community and done a lot for a long time. And a couple local legends on the sideline down there. Dave Marner, been doing it for a long time and really been covering a lot of Owensville, not just sports but everything. As the Warriors bring in another touchdown there. Number 7, he's done a great job running the ball. No, I don't know if that's 2 or 3. I know it's at least 2. But sets the Warriors up with another touchdown, making it 41-7 as they come in to attempt the extra point.
So as they're coming in to take that extra point, it looks like maybe our Max Preps stats are being updated live, but it looks like Jaden Gerleman now has 28 to lead our Dutchmen in total tackles. Tanner's been picking up quite a few tonight because he has 8 on the season for total tackles.
You didn't see any earlier?
Well, I didn't look at this part.
Oh, okay.
So, but I do know Jaden said 19, and now it says 28. So, I'm imagining it's live. I could be wrong.
Okay.
You know what? We'll ask our coaches and find out if they do update it live, or if that's just something I missed.
That's a good question. And as we have a little bit of a break in play here, I want to give a shout out. It's awesome when we see students that we have either taught or coached or been in school when we were in school coming back and playing a role in not only athletics but the town. But I know Jared Payne is down there. He's on the sidelines. He recent Dutchman graduate, went on to play at Lindenwood, and also I saw Gabe Sost running around. I think he's running around up here helping in the press box.
Yeah, I've been wondering and wanting to ask what Gabe's role is, but I also saw him during their warm-ups acting as somewhat of a blocker, or maybe a guy who was supposed to tackle them as they ran past him and shook him. So I definitely see Gabe still keeping his hand on Dutchman football and being a part of it.
Absolutely. And Gabe, good as gold. One of the best Dutchmen to come through in a long time, honestly.
Absolutely. Now we got a good kick. Taking it at the 20. We're going to get shaky there and move it up about 12 yards, 10 yards.
Dutchmen are going to have a first down at about their own 32, 33-yard line. There's that guy on screen again, Jaden Gerleman, 45 running off.
Jaden Gerleman. All right.
A lot of different plays you could call his name on. He's got his nose in a lot there. All right. We're going to take over on offense here, and it's been tough sledding since that first scoring drive. We've knocked on the door a few times, came up short on a field goal, just haven't been able to punch it in. So Elliott rolls to his left, finds a little bit of room before he's met in the backfield again. The Warriors seem like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, Coach.
And I feel like just that senior level of commitment they have on their front defensive line is helping out a whole bunch for them.
Yeah, they obviously they have some leadership that is done it for a while, and they're putting it to use to us.
When you can go in and beat a team like Washington, who normally has some really good players, like you're a solid team yourself.
Yeah, and I think they beat one of the Zoom Waltz. Was that right?
Yeah.
The other one. So yeah, those are 2 very, very quality wins. So they obviously. Oh, and Elliott has to throw it away. That might be intentional grounding potentially. I don't think the ball got back to the line of scrimmage. So.
And I do see a flag on it.
Yeah. So for the viewers that are watching that maybe don't know what that flag or that penalty is, essentially, if quarterback is rolling out and is about to get sacked. Unless you're out of the tackle box, which he may have been out of the tackle box, but if you throw the ball at least has to get back to the line of scrimmage or have a receiver in the vicinity. And there was no receiver in the vicinity there, and the ball did not get back to the line of scrimmage. So it's essentially a loss of down, and the ball is going to be where he threw it from. So it's essentially a sack. Another guy up here in the press box trying to give back and help out with the score clock is Bryce Payne.
Yeah, I saw Bryce walk up here and clearly that guy loves Dutchman football if you're willing to come in here on a Friday night and, you're going to get paid in cheeseburgers.
Oh, and he is airing it out. He's got Tanner Meyer. Oh. It was close. Didn't quite have his head turned around quick enough there. Wasn't quite ready for it. So he was trying to get downfield and get his positioning, it looked like.
And every now and then, if you guys don't hear us talking, it might be because we're in a tiny little booth, and we've got a 4-foot window, and it's funny if you watch us because we're both like sticking our head out the window trying to get a glimpse. And Mr.
Yeah, we could use a little more room.
When we had 3 of us in here, it was surprisingly about the same, but 2 of us we're trying hard. Okay. Now this is Jaden Gerleman punting, I do believe. So a guy who's gonna play defense, gonna play some offense, and he's learning how to kick.
Punt goes out of bounds at about the 46, so the Warriors are going to start off in their own territory again. We'll see how things go here.
Anytime you can start the ball on your side of the field, it's always helpful. And right now with that quarterback slinging the ball like he is, we need another good stop so we can come out of here with a little bit of confidence, finish this third quarter off with some swag, and then maybe we come back and we fight for the fourth. I know that was something in the past. We always held it before, going into that fourth quarter because we wanted to win. And I think that's a mentality, and I think, Coach Howard's going to rally them troops to be able to, we keep fighting until we're done. Game's not over.
All right, there's still a lot of opportunity to learn and get better, try things out for subsequent weeks. It would seem as though maybe this game is a little bit lopsided here at this point, and I think you could certainly make that point.
And we got a ball on the ground. And it looks like the Warriors were able to recover it.
But as I was saying, there's still a lot to learn in these experiences, and the goal is to just keep getting better. So I know that's what the coach's mindset is right now.
Yeah. And it looks like that fumble was part of the same guy earlier in the game that had a fumble. So if I'm one of those defensive players right now, I'm looking in at that opportunity and saying, hey, you might be able to attack him. Now, it's also, he's a freshman, so maybe that guy's got a little bit of nerves, but sometimes you got to find a way to win, and if that means you got a nervous guy on the other team, let's go. Stoke the fires, boys, and let's go after. Here we go.
Absolutely. You're always looking for what is the weakness, what can you exploit, and I think that's just the
end of the third quarter.
Yeah, we didn't have the clock going there, but we are going to take it to the fourth quarter, and that's going to give me a second here. I want to talk a little bit about our schedule here. So we're going to be doing a variety of games here as we take a look at our band here, pep band in the stands. But as I said, we're going to be doing games throughout the year. We'll be at some more football games, I'm sure, and we're going to be at some other sporting events too, because we got a lot of awesome sports going on here at the high school. Looks like the cheerleaders are setting up for a stun, as you can see here on this screen. Honor Rasmussen up top, and I think Peyton Harness, is that right?
I believe so. I've asked them numerous times in class what I could be on the cheerleading squad, and they said I might be able to be a flyer. And I said that's the only way I'm going to be on the team. So
you're a flyer or bust, Coach.
That's what I told them. I said it don't matter what else. I'll cheer, I'll scream, but throw me in the air.
Absolutely, and I wanted to give a quick shout-out to the broadcast schedule. Next week, the plan is on Monday to be up in the press box of the baseball field to watch the softball team play. Coach Dave, you've got some vested interest in the softball team.
I do. My wife is a coach in her own right. She kills it out there. She gets her troops to rally up. They've got a really good freshman pitcher. They've got some great senior leadership. The ball snapped. I'll come back to that in a moment. And we tackle them up for about a 5-yard gain.
Absolutely.
Maybe a 6. So, yeah, my wife is a softball coach, and she's got a new assistant, Coach Zach Teams. He's at the middle school. They're both over at the middle school, and they do a great job with those girls. And it's all about the pitching and the catching. I think on the girls' softball level, I think there's quite a bit that if you have a dominant pitcher, you can be a really great team. And then they do have a great backfield. They got 7 girls to back them up and play really well. They're going to play Lutheran South tomorrow. I do believe that's who they get to play. So, yeah, that'll be awesome.
Absolutely, and anybody that maybe knows me or Coach Dave as the pass by Blondin. They've actually replaced Blondin with number 8. I don't know who number 8 is on their team. It sails out of bounds for
number 8 is Blondin's little brother.
Blondin.
Blondin.
So they went from Charlie Blondin to Christian Blondin. So trying to get some other guys in on the Warriors side here, see what they got in their team. And it looks like they're faced with, I see a 4 over there, Coach. I think I might have missed it.
I agree. It looks like it's 4th and 4.
Absolutely. But as I was saying earlier, anybody that knows me or Coach Dave, both cross-country guys, but I was also a baseball guy. So I'm excited to get in that press box and call a softball game.
Here we go. Blondin takes a snap. And, actually, that was number 12. That's the freshman, number 12, Chance McPike. He's actually been on 2 fumbles, and then he just rolls for a first down. So, good sir, I salute you. And you're making a believer out of me now. Let's go, defense.
Yeah, he looked quick come out of the backfield.
Looks like Tanner Myers hopping off with maybe a little bit of a hip or a knee impingement happening. Maybe we got a little stiff here. Let's go, Big Tan. Yeah, I do think you'll find some differences and some similarities in that softball game to your baseball.
Absolutely.
We're talking 40 feet. We're talking that pitcher is a lot closer. I know I listened to your podcast with Mark Jett, and he tells you about some fast-pitch softball there, and that stuff sounded crazy.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm cut out for that.
Nope. The way that ball moves.
No, thank you.
Number 12 makes the handoff, and that guy is stopped, and he's swinging out. Looks like we got 2 guys bringing him down.
Yeah, I've played a little slow pitch softball, but I run a podcast called the Now Airing Podcast, where we talk to a lot of local people involved in education, people that were playing sports here. Mark Jett was one of my guests recently, and he mentioned a time when there was fast pitch softball for men, and when he said that, I was like, oh my gosh, did they have to push the bases back or something like that? And he told me no, that they did not, and that it wasn't actually as dangerous as you would think. The pitchers actually dominated, but guys would wear, face masks playing third base and things like that.
We got a fumble in the backfield.
45 kind of just need on it there. In high school football, for anybody that maybe isn't as familiar and they maybe watch NFL football, it's the same as college, I believe. If you have the ball and your knee touches the ground, even if you haven't been touched, then the ball is dead. The ball is done right there. The play's over.
Which is a very, very different thing from your NFL game.
Yes, yeah. Definitely some differences.
Looks like we're going to take Hayden Shoemaker out. I don't know if we're just giving him a breather. We had a vast size difference there when we plugged in Liam Rasmussen for Hayden Shoemaker. So let's go, Liam. Bring out that freshman dog and let's go fight.
Absolutely. Liam, an interesting kid, was involved in the acro gym here for a long time growing up, just like his sister, Anna, who was our fair queen this year and is on the cheerleading squad.
Absolutely. And it looked like Liam, even though he got pushed down, he still dominated it. There we go. Good wrap up. We got a flag on the play.
I didn't quite see what the flag would have been on, but I could have sworn he just said brought down by number 7, Paul Jansen, but I know that's obviously not true because Paul Jansen has graduated. Number 7 is Adam Wilson.
That's our backup quarterback, so that could be right.
That could be right. Adam is a sophomore this year.
And it looks like we had a penalty against the Warriors, so we're going to back them up, and it looks like we're going to be at 3rd and 11. So I will take that if I'm the Dutchman, absolutely. And let's see what that D-line can do. It looks like they're willing to run the ball a little bit more on us, and clearly we do look a little bit smaller up on that line right now. Looks like we might have subbed out a couple of our big boys. Getting some varsity experience for these guys, get some more play time.
What a unique experience, especially for those young guys getting to get out their first opportunity to play here at home. Ball snap, number 17. He's going to air it out here. They always do the opposite of what we say, Coach.
And we got an interception.
Intercepted in the end zone by number 80. I believe that's Jordan Bialzik.
80 is
Brady Watson.
Which
Brady
I think
Watson,
is our
freshman.
3rd string quarterback.
Okay, shout out to freshman. He's getting some love there from Chase Crosby, one of his guys he grew up playing football with. That's got to be a pretty cool moment.
Absolutely. And even though, it don't matter who you're going against. You're playing varsity snaps right now, so that is a varsity interception you just got.
Absolutely. Great job, Landry. And that's not Landry. That's Brady. Is Landry his sister?
Yeah, you know what? We'll give Landry some credit because I'm sure she helped him get to where he is.
Yeah, I'm sure, she roughed them up a little bit when they were younger. Maybe she showed them how to get an interception.
Yeah. Or she kicked soccer balls at him and, he had to go up and play the goalie for her maybe, Very possible.
Absolutely. And, give a quick shout out here. I saw, as I was making my way back up here, I saw Kylie Kitchen, and I know her and Landry are both playing soccer at East Central, and they just graduated last year.
Yeah, that's awesome for them. Landry being able to, she missed a lot of her senior season with her knee. I had her in class, and she was always a little bummed. We were always talking about, what's your clearance? Are you able to play or are you not? And so she ended up missing most of that senior season, got in for just, I think, a few seconds of senior night, and she's out there playing now, I do believe. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, you need to bounce back.
Both awesome kids. We try to run the ball up the middle. We get to about the 24. That was Logan Bailey. He fell on a fumble earlier for us.
Yeah, and it's nice to have a guy like Logan being able to be out there running that ball. He's put in a lot of hard work this summer. I know there were days out here where he brought his own cones out, set them up, was running drills that Howard had talked to him about. And, we came out as track coaches, and we saw him out here working, and we gave him a few tips on, how to be more explosive out here, and he's grinding. The ball snapped and fumbled.
Ball on the ground.
Adam Wilson picks it up, though, and he's going to try to make something out of nothing. Unfortunately, he was able to get.
Looks like he lost a couple.
Yeah, it looked like.
Yeah, that is Adam out there getting his probably first varsity time at quarterback, I would imagine.
Yeah, it looks like one of my favorite guys on the team. Bryson Kitchell got to run out there. Bryson is a Saints fan, if you didn't know that, just like I am. So we have a ton of conversations about that. And let's go, Bryson. Do your Saints proud.
I got to start my days off last year with Bryson in my first hour class and talk about an awesome student at
Absolutely.
OHS.
Let's go, Bryce.
Absolutely love Bryson. I think you see him there. He's playing right tackle, maybe.
Yes, he is. Protect your boy.
All right, Wilson rolls out. He's got a guy. Catch here. It looks like that's Brady Watson again.
That was a spin move I saw on Madden.
Yeah.
Nice job. That guy barely got a hold of his jersey and just enough to hang on.
So Brady comes out, gets the interception to get the ball back to the Dutchman, and then probably makes his first varsity reception, I'm guessing.
Let me check those stats on that.
Might be Brady's first catch as a Dutchman football player.
It looks to me like we might be bringing back in some of those starters.
Yeah, I think that's Jacoby running onto the field right now and Hayden.
And then I think, if you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it looks like Blake Elliott is back there as a quarterback. Or maybe we're punting. I guess it is fourth down. It looks like Jaden Gerleman's all the way in the backfield.
That's right. We are punting here.
Ooh.
Snap has gone over his head.
Trick play?
What do you got, Jaden?
This might just be a trick play that we're going to get a first down. Come on, Jaden.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a first down for the Dutchman. Let's go. Coach Howard, I know you didn't draw that up, but, hey, you take it when you can get it.
You can see Coach Bowman there. He is pumped up, but I think Jacoby might have got rolled up on.
Ooh.
I think
Jacoby's had a couple injuries here in the past few weeks. He's had his ankles a little bit dinged up. That boy works hard, and sometimes he just gets it. And last year they were playing some flag or some tackle football as some friends, and I do believe he hurt his arm last year.
Yeah, I see him down there sometimes at the lower diamond in Owensville playing some flag football or just some catch and whatnot on the field at the Lions field.
And as your senior season, that's not something you'd ever wish on anybody, but definitely not against a senior that's, worked hard for 4, if not more years.
Just an extremely polite student, too.
Absolutely. One of the nicest kids. But it looks like he's getting up, and with a little help, he's limping off. So
that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see.
Let's see if Doc Edwards can get him a little bit of treatment here on the sideline and maybe get that guy back to walking without a limp.
And as we're got a little bit of break here, I'll go through the schedule real quick. Obviously, it's 9-8 right now. We got football versus Warrenton. Monday next week, we got softball home against Bell. All these are home dates, by the way. The following week on Monday, it's going to be volleyball versus Rolla. Then we have a little break and take on middle school girls basketball versus Cuba. And then Coach Dave, I'm going to be doing that cross-country meet. Can't wait to talk some cross-country.
I think that's going to be one of the most fun things that I don't know how it's going to go.
I have no idea how it's going to go either, but we got a wireless camera. We'll definitely get the starts. We'll get the finishes. And as runners come across and they finish their race, Obviously, they got to do their cool downs and things like that, but I'm going to try to snag some of them for an interview because that's one sport that you don't really hear everything about sometimes. And unless you're there, you don't even really know what it looks like.
Right, and even when you're there, they run 3 miles, and like at our own home course, we spend a mile of it back in the woods.
That's true, yeah.
You spend a third of your race in the woods, and then the other half is over at the middle school, and then a little bit over here at the high school. It's tough to see that. All right, so it looks like Andrew's about to take the snap. Or Adam, I apologize, Adam.
Looks like he was able to fall forward for a yard there and make something out of nothing. It's going to be 3rd down and about 3. Oh, boy. Major shout-out to Kyle Bowman. He did a great job running this computer earlier. I'm trying to do the best I can right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the point where we have a running clock. I believe it's 35, I think. If you're up by 35 late, it's a running clock. So we got a little over 3 minutes left in this game here. Going to get to see some of the younger guys get some action. That's pretty awesome. So Adam Wilson in the backfield takes a snap, rolls out to his left, and it looks like he's going to try to turn it upfield and be tackled in the backfield for a loss. That'll make it 4th down and about
15?
something 16? Like that, yeah.
Well, sometimes we get some magic happening whenever we go to punt. So,
yeah, that was one of the most interesting plays that we've seen tonight.
It reminds me of some of those Pat McAfee, punts where he just goes in and trucks some people. So, Jaden Gerleman, if you can be Pat McAfee, you're going to get a highlight reel, my brother. Here we go.
All right, we're back on the field here. Ball snap, going for the punt.
Oh, and it's blocked, and unfortunately, Jaden Gerleman just had to fall on it. So the Warriors will take it over at the 26-yard line.
We've got about 2 minutes and 44 seconds left to play here, so I'll do a little update on the clock.
And I'm going to imagine we're going to come out here and just see a bunch of runs. That's going to be my guess. At this point in time, I don't think the Warriors are trying to run the score up. I think they're just trying to get some play action in.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we'll give a shout-out to our student section here. I don't know that any of them have left, Coach.
No, you know what? We still look quite full for being, sometimes you see people trickling out whenever you're down by 35, but I think our people are still here. Our band still looks like they're over in the band section. They haven't played as much, but it's always a little bit tough to play because you're not supposed to play while the game's going on. So looks like the team just took a knee there. So
they might be running the clock out here. It looks like we got 1 minute and 50 seconds left on the clock out there, so we're pretty close. I'll take a couple off here. But we might be seeing them wind the game down here. So, Coach Dave, as this is winding down, what are some of your takeaways here today?
I think that we have a lot to work with. Again, it was a couple big plays early that kind of took us out of the game. I'm sure these guys are going to go right back to that film and see that, and they're going to know what to do to fix it. These guys know football so much better than me and you. Well, me for sure. And, I'm just, thinking to myself, what would I do to fix it? Number one is always, get your kids' heads back on, because sometimes it's hard to bounce back whenever you get beat up.
Absolutely.
But that's probably my biggest takeaway is, just walking back in on Monday saying,
hey, we're back to work.
Right, next team.
Yeah, and I think that is going to be the mentality that they have as we look here. Have the Dutchmen football schedule. So obviously we're playing Warrenton right now. Next week we're at St. James. That's going to be our first conference game of the year. And they're going to be fired up. Coaches are going to be fired up to go take on a conference rival.
And St. James is always willing to put up a good fight. Even though they're a smaller school than us, they are a 2-0 record. So I think that, St. James is going to put up a fight. But
have to imagine they're playing tonight.
And then Herman after that with a 1-1 record. Going into this week, they could be 2-2. They might be 3-1 or 1-3. So that Herman game is always a big one for us. We put up a fight because we're always fighting for bragging rights of Gasconade County.
A good shot of the student section of the band there as people are going to start to file out. But our first home game of the year, lots of excitement. Obviously the game didn't go as maybe we had hoped, but it's great to be back out here at Dutchman Field.
And you guys that were tuned in, come on out here. It's, I believe, like a $3 or a $5 charge. Be a part of the crowd. The atmosphere out here is a different thing than what you're going to see online. But, hey, we're happy to be doing it for you. We're happy to give you, hopefully, what you guys are wanting. Just a live stream of this game. I know Fidelity used to do it. I'm happy we can be the new Fidelity.
Absolutely. It is. It's a lot of fun. So anybody that supports, us, and if you could, it looks like we still have about 40 people in here. Give the subscribe button there to the TV studio page. We're working our way to 1,000, and it looks like we're going to do our after game tradition here. I'm gonna stop talking, and we'll let the I don't know that we're gonna be able to hear it from the camera, but I'll turn the camera on. Let's see. I'm not sure that you can hear it from the camera, but at the end of every home football game, the tradition here for the Dutchmen is to sing our school song. The cheerleaders, the football players, the tradition that's been going on for quite some time. I'm happy to see Coach Howard continue that.
They sing it. There we go. They sing it track and cross country when we pull in on our bus. As soon as we cross that gate threshold, we make sure we sing it too. So that's an Owensville staple. I think every Owensville team should do it. Every Owensville band should do it. Every Owensville choir should do it. That's Owensville.
Absolutely. And I'll pull I accidentally popped Coach Dave and I up on the camera a little bit ago, but we've kind of made mention of the box that we are in. This is the box that we're in. Yeah.
We can basically reach from side to side, but I will tell you, while it's 65 degrees out here, I still feel perfectly warm. So bring on the 30s, bring on the cold. I'm here for Dutchman football.
Absolutely, and as I was saying earlier, thank you to the people that tuned in. If you haven't already subscribed to the OHS TV studio page, please take the time to do so. We do all kinds of stuff, a monthly newscast. We're doing live weekly newscast now as well. And then also it's an opportunity for you to see all kinds of other videos of things happening around our district.
Student-led, guys. This is all student-led. The only stuff that's live is right now because we need to make sure we have adults on the screen, but it's student-led, teacher-approved. That's what's big. It's their ideas.
Absolutely, it's been a pleasure being here with you this evening. In the future, I think it's going to be something where we might pull some people after games for interviews. Obviously, I don't know that any of the boys are going to want to talk tonight, but you could see that maybe in the future time. Coach Dave, do you have anything you'd like to leave them with?
Hey, I'm excited that 45 of you guys stayed on, watched us the whole time, listened to us talk. If you take anything away from it, Owensville is a great place to be a part of it. We're happy you're here with us, and we're happy that we had the stands packed tonight for the first home football game.
I couldn't agree more. I would ditto all of that. So, obviously, there's something opportunities going on this weekend. If you want to catch any Owensville sports, softball team is playing home game tomorrow morning, right, actually?
I do believe so, yeah Lutheran South. So it's a one game. So, you won't be up here too long, but if you don't show up, you're going to miss it. So,
weather will probably be nice, too, at that time.
Oh, yeah, I do believe so. My wife is very lucky. We're lucky. If you're headed towards Jeff City and you want to stop by Lynn's High School or their Lions Park, we got a cross-country meet there. There's probably 20 or 30 teams. There's middle school races starting at 9 o'clock all the way up till about 11:30, 12 o'clock for high school races. So, we've got big things happening for Owensville sports. Come on out.
Absolutely. As we pan back to the field here, as you can see the Dutchman faithful filing out. We got a final score tonight of 42-7. The Warriors are going to head back to Warrenton as the winners. They're probably going to – they look like they're on pace to have a very good season this year. We appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and stop the live stream. Hopefully we see you Monday night for the home softball game.